All right, all right. Let me know. Let me know if we're live, if you're in the chat. What's up, everybody? Sorry about last week. I was feeling under the weather and just couldn't do a 2 hour podcast even with all the news to talk about. So back this week. There's T. Hopefully Terrell and Robert be here. Just figure get it live and yeah, we got a lot to talk about. So once everybody gets here, we'll get into it. All I can say is that I have to admit, I not broke on my rules, but I have this thing where I say, where somebody really loves a game, they say they love it, they're not going to just stop playing it, even when there's more stuff to do. And I did that, and I didn't realize how much there was left in a game. So it's Silk Song. I put 55 hours. I saw the credits roll. I heard there was an Act 3 because it tells you, Act 1, Act 2. And then I messed around with it and I was like, I'm going to take a little break from the game. I feel pretty, fulfilled. I didn't feel like I was missing anything. I didn't feel like I was 55 hours in a game like that. That's a lot of time. So I actually restarted the game a couple weeks ago because I'm just like I'm loving this grip, man. Like this is it's been such a revelation. Um, call me Mr. T. Call me Mr. T. Got the portal to talk about, but yeah. So and I was like, you know what? Let me just go back into my original file, and I messed around because it got like after you beat the game, like there's like the world kind of changes. Nice. And
Little bros.
I kind of just like, yeah, I'll mess around with this for a little bit, and I was like, that's really challenging. I'll come back to it. I mean, that was like, it had been like August, September. So here we are, July. I finally was like, you know what? Let me just start playing again. Literally, I think it was last night or Saturday night, and I got like I don't know 2 3 hours, and I'm like, man, there's a whole lot of stuff to do. A new ability, like wow, like I feel stupid that I just kind of, I mean, a lot of people do this with Near Automata. Like if you see the credits roll the first time, that is not the end of the game. It wasn't meant to be the end of the game. I don't know why they chose to make it work that way, but I remember Rule of Two. I messaged him like 3 different times, like, dude, that's. He's like, I got the credits, I'm fine. I'm like, no, that's like 1/3, maybe a one. I think maybe 30% of the game is the first time you see the credits. You're meant to play it again. You play it as her like male, the male character. You play as him, and then you play a third through playthrough as a different cyborg female character 2A, and then you can play it a fourth time. And anyway, Silk Song. There's just so much left of the game. Like I was just like, I feel foolish that I just kind of didn't keep going with it. But I guess on the bright side, I'm doing it now and I'm enjoying it. And it was nice to get back into it. And didn't take me really that long to get back into the muscle memory of the moves. Sometimes with games, when I go back after a while, I really struggle. Like I was trying to play Stellar Blade. I got the damn platinum trophy and I could not figure out the buttons like because it's a what do you call it? Square triangle is your heavy and light instead of the R1 R2 like almost every other game, especially the Souls games. Just because when I got the portal, I was like, let me try some games. I put on Stellar. I could not. I was dying constantly. I could not figure out the combat. But Silk Song just came right back to me, so I'm really enjoying it and I'm glad I went back to it, but I do feel like I broke the statement I made. Especially, I think it was Forbidden West, the IGN review, where he's like, "Oh man, I really like this game." You put 28 hours in. If you like really love the game, you wouldn't just stop after 28 hours. Like that's barely scratching the surface. That was my argument. So, um, guess I'm guilty of it a little bit, but
Well, things do happen.
yeah.
It's funny you brought this up because I just got back into Jedi Survivor. I'm like, completely lost in the story. Forgot the combat. Took me like an hour to like get my bearings back again. But I mean, it just happens. Sometimes you get distracted by a different game that maybe you're liking a little bit more at the time. And I think because you put that many hours in, it does prove that you like it. We have a certain member of our group who puts in way less hours and calls the game art. So I think that's I feel like that's where that kind of stemmed from,
Yeah.
going back and forth with him.
Are you trying to go through your webcam mic, or do you think did it get swapped?
Oh, it did it again. Forget. Hold on. No, that I'm never trying to go through that thing. So it's doing it.
Yeah, I
Just gotta
mean, I
find it.
know we gave retro shit about calling games,
Better?
art. Yep, way better. Before,
All
he
right.
puts enough time in. I tease Robert about, once he sees the credits, he figured check
That's
mark,
it.
game's done.
Done.
Not always. He's a couple games that really sucked him in that he's gone all in with. But to me, like if the credits are the end, then I mean, the game needs to be fulfilling, whether it's a 10-hour game, 20-hour game, or 50-hour game. When you get to the credits, like near, you know, I felt like I did a lot, but initially, and I was like, I know there's a bunch of different endings, so I just started playing it, and I'm like, wait, I'm playing as the other character, and it's like a lot of it was like a shoot 'em up, like a space old school style shoot 'em up game. I mean, there's a lot of missions like that. It's a completely different game. And I was like, in retrospect, I was like, man, like I would have really missed out if I didn't play through it. And then the third playthrough, you're a completely different character. You only see a few times in the first two times you play. And I'm like, they're just really like sometimes these developers, like the From Software guys, they just say fuck it. We're not gonna tell you. You're just gonna figure. People are gonna figure stuff out, and then and
Yeah.
obviously they're gonna
Well,
spread the word.
it's like two sides of that coin, right? So it's like, if you quit it after 50 hours or whatever, do you really like it? You love it as much as you say? But also, um, I've had Bonanza for almost what, a year now,
Yeah.
and I haven't beaten it yet, and I'm afraid to beat it because I fucking love this game, and it's just like if I don't beat it with everything, I'm worried that I might not come back and do all the other stuff because the credits roll and
Mm-hmm.
so it takes something out of you to go back into the game sometimes. So so do I love the game as much as I do, or I say I do, when I haven't beaten it yet
Yeah,
after almost a
I'd
year?
say that's
So it's
almost
just
more
like,
evidence that you do, but I feel like
yeah,
if you beat it, it's there's some incentive, there's some challenge stuff, and there's
mhm.
definitely some incentive to keep playing. So I wouldn't worry about that, but I get it.
Yeah, but
People.
like I'm thinking like bananas. There's so many bananas left to find,
But
and I'm
yeah, I
like,
mean, it kind of like it just keeps you beat the game, but the world kind of changes, but you can still just go to every level. It still plays the
yeah,
same, but
yeah,
it's one of the rare games where it's like, yeah, you beat the story, but it doesn't just take you back to right before you beat the end
right.
boss. At least I don't think it does. I think you beat the boss and he's beaten, and then you just play around. You go back and you can collect everything. Plus, there's these new challenge stuff, which
Well, that makes it even better.
I actually didn't. That's when I gave like I'm done with this game. I had a decent amount of time. I want to say between 25 to 30 hours. I think it was closer to 25.
Dude, I'm at 50 hours.
Yeah, but I'm just
And I'm
like
still feeling like there's so much
I'm
left to
like, all
do.
right, post game. Maybe this will have some stuff because I like challenge. I like time challenge, like an Astrobot. I love that stuff. And there's
Yeah.
one with the damn zebra and like climbing. It's just like it
Mhm.
just made me like the game even less. I'm stopped playing right now because this even
It's like the weird surface that only the
it
zebra can go
yeah,
on.
yeah, and it's like it
Yeah.
accentuates some of the shortcomings of in my opinion, the controls and stuff even more. I thought the main game was fine enough, but I was just like, yeah, this is turning me off. So I stopped playing the game. Maybe someday I'll restart it and maybe just
Well,
the
how did you
game.
feel like when you I hate to call her a crutch, but you lost Pauline for a little bit there? Because the game felt like I was like, oh man, I really missed having
I don't
Pauline.
even remember that to be honest.
Oh wow, oh wow.
What was
Like
the
I was sitting there thinking,
did you?
it's it's like that music layer where there's like the big speakers in the middle, and you
Mm-hmm.
gotta like reignite them, return them. You got to turn them back on, or whatever.
Yeah.
And there's all these different like challenge rooms or whatever to reactivate those speakers. And like, man, this is first of all, this is fucking amazing. It's pretty cool. But I'm also missing Pauline. It's like when Slippy gets slapped away to that one planet. It's actually worse than that. It feels harder to lose
Yeah,
her than
that's
that.
interesting
So
because yeah, some games you lose your companion and you really feel it, and other games not so much. But trying to think of a
yeah.
game where it's like it's almost like losing Flood in Mario Sunshine. That's like the biggest example for me. Like this, I don't even.
Mm,
It's like a different game now. Like without Flood, I
yeah.
got so used to Flood, and then his Mario's slippery momentum and stuff in that game and his high
Somehow
speed.
he got the
Anyway,
somehow he got on sunshine.
back into the Silk Song. I'm gonna beat Act 3. I don't know how long it is, but I'm enjoying back into that. And then I gotta say, the Portal, man. I There's a few quirks.
Mhm.
One, missing the touchpad is definitely the talk about missing things. Yeah, you can double tap the screen. Some games I have to hit it 3 times for some reason. That
Yeah,
that
it's weird. It's a
that
little wonky.
physical button of the touch. I'm so used to it for maps and stuff. It's just so weird, and it took me a while to figure that out. Um,
Yeah.
Mm.
the other thing is these
I never
games.
thought about that. I forgot that. That's
I
yeah.
mean, it's
I never thought
fine,
about
Yeah.
but it's
Yeah.
just it's not as ideal.
But what do you
Especially
do?
if you're playing like
You
Astrobot.
gotta just
It's
touch
really
double
the
tap
weird.
it?
you touch the screen and this little icon pops up and you just double tap it
Huh.
It
because
shows you a
it
little area, basically a little touch
you gotta
area
double
for
tap
your
it because a
your
single
touchpad.
press could be accidental.
I mean,
Um,
most games are just maps, but there are some games where that use
like
it.
in The
So
Last
it's
of Us,
like,
that's how you get into your backpack and stuff. So it's like
yeah.
it's
Yeah.
less.
Well, I was
It's
playing Astrobot and you miss it for sure in
I
that.
bet.
Like it's like, oh, that's
Astrobot,
weird.
Tearaway used the touchpad a lot. Actually, like
Oh yeah.
actually use it. So that would be yeah,
I'd be
interesting.
curious if it's full support, but also with Horizon Zero Dawn Remastered, there's like a massive weird audio
I forgot
glitch.
that existed.
I forget how much it was, like $10 to upgrade, but either way, there's like they have this really cool 3D audio in the game, but because my PS5 just thinks it's output into my TV, Dolby Atmos and all that, no other game have had a problem. I could not hear any of the dialogue. And so I had to like go into the settings and like adjust the music and stuff way down. And I
Mm.
tried going just to standard like Dolby Digital in the settings, and it just for whatever reason they got this really. It's almost like ray tracing, but for audio in for Forbidden West and in the remaster. So there's a lot of echoing off. You hear stuff like machines attacking in the distance, and you hear it like echoing off the trees. It sounds very realistic, and for whatever reason, it was almost made the game almost unplayable. I was like, man,
Mm.
um, this doesn't work right. But and then the other thing, these games are 4K output, so when it's not they're not thinking of the game wasn't designed thinking of a screen like the Switch. So a lot of the text, a lot of the HUD stuff is fucking hard to read. Even with my
It's
glasses on.
small, I guess,
Yeah,
right?
so like
Yeah.
really small. Like in Saros, you get these items, and you got to decide if you want to switch based on some of the information. And I'm like, damn, I can barely read that.
What the fuck?
Because it's the game's in 4K, but it's streaming it in 1080, so it's like you're getting the small text of 4K, but on a 1080p screen. So,
Yeah.
and then I
It's
I didn't test it like directly one after the other, but I turned the HDR off on on the PS5, and I feel like it helps with this because I actually bought the Portal so I could try to get through Saros because I just wasn't playing it that much.
Mhm.
And the enemies and the environment were all blending together, and I couldn't see what I was like shooting at, and so I turned the HDR off, but I had already gotten like to a completely different area, so I didn't go back to that first area to see if that still was the thing. But it seemed to have done something because I got pretty far, and it's definitely playable. I had to go with the the slower, what is it, 2.5, 2.4 Wi-Fi, the 5G, just unless I'm sitting right here next to this router, it just kept stuttering and stuff. Even like
Hmm.
my bed is literally 5 feet, but there's a floor in between, obviously, where I was trying to play, and it was jumping all over. I'm like, what? This sucks. I heard about the connection issues for some people. Switched it to the slower Wi-Fi, and it's been fucking almost perfect, except from
Interesting.
the battery got low. I noticed it started to lose signal, and so I plugged it in, and it was smooth again. But I mean, it's definitely a dual sense. It has every rumble haptic feature. I'm impressed,
Cool.
but I will say it's not as comfortable as the Switch 2 in this grip. It is just not.
Really?
Yeah, I could not believe it. My
Interesting.
wrist was getting a little sore. I don't know. I was totally shocked by that. So
Yeah, that is surprising actually.
Did you check it out with a nice snazzy case and everything?
no, I have.
And
It's
Is
weird
that
though.
the
It has
portal?
no kickstand. Like it's just mate. You gotta set it
screen
flat.
protector.
I got the screen protector. I got
Yeah,
a
I don't know why it has. I mean, I guess you could. I haven't tried it, but I guess you can use it as a screen and just use your controller.
Oh,
I don't
oh
know.
That's
really?
surprising. I wouldn't think I would need it because I feel
Yeah,
like just
because this
having
has a
this feels
kickstand
good.
on it.
So
It's
And
just
it
because
I
of
think I just broke
the
it.
angle. I just feel like while I'm lying in bed, like it just kind of forced my wrist. I kept trying to like tilt it forward, and then it was like hard to
yeah, I
see.
can understand that because you're kind of having the
So then I was like, I had to keep remind myself to tilt it that way, but I just put a little more pressure on my wrist. So,
yeah, I
but
can
intense
understand.
moments, I'm like, it's getting flatter
Yeah,
and flatter. I'm like, oh shit,
yeah,
turn it
yeah,
back.
for
Like
sure.
I'm,
For
but
sure.
so
Where'd you
certain
go?
games are definitely better, like suited. Like I really enjoyed Resident Evil. I started Rise of the Tomb Raider. I picked that up on the summer sale for like $4. They had Tomb Raider
Haven't you beat that?
2013.
Or
That's
have
right,
you?
because you have it on
I have
PC,
it on
right?
PC.
That's
So I got
right.
the definitive edition 2013 for like $3. I got Rise for four, maybe it was $4.99. I didn't pull the trigger on Shadow of the Tomb Raider. That was $5. I was like, I should have just completed the trilogy. But
Yeah, I
um,
mean $5. That's just a crazy price. Yeah.
the thing is, I mean, we'll get into this later on, but having this portal, I wish I had more digital games. It's easier to switch. So it's just weird. It's kind of a weird conundrum right there, but
It's
yeah.
making you want to buy digital. I mean, you know you can use. I mean, obviously you can't switch it because you're not home, but you can put a game in
Yeah. I'm just
and
saying,
play it.
like, I
Yeah.
kind of want to switch
Some people
games.
didn't. Some people didn't know that. Like I got in an argument in the comment
No,
section
really? They didn't
about
think you could
that.
play
And
a
I'm like,
physical game?
bro, like, bro, you can play a physical game.
Whatever's in there.
That's just
You don't have to
it's
go
literally
digital.
your PS5. Like how stupid are you? It's literally
Yeah,
honestly.
yeah. It's your PS5's home
You're
screen.
streaming what's on the damn console, bro. What are we doing?
You know, I just realized we was talking about this. We got Muhammad in here. How's he handling all the news coming out of
He's
Xbox?
still talking up Game Pass, but he's talking about the next Call of
There's
Duty.
no way he's still talking on Game Pass, bro.
Even though the next Call of Duty is actually not
Not
coming day one
not gonna
to
be day one
Man,
in Game
fuck
Pass.
Game Pass.
So if we can start there, it's. I mean, Microsoft just has to be like, thank you, Sony, thank you for announcing your digital program beforehand.
Like,
Like,
Jesus, man, we need
I heard,
this,
I've
bro.
seen
We
one
need it.
like Digital Foundry
Take this
had
pressure off
talked
us.
about it, and that I haven't seen anybody else. Like I mean, I don't follow
Yeah, I
guys
mean,
that
Yeah,
talks
but
about
they
that stuff.
I will say, John, you messed up there, but like he was talking about it and all that stuff was not true about his software. So
What?
I think that's a big problem in our. He was talking about they're basically gutted, and that's not even close to being true. There was some baseless report that like half the team was
Wasn't
was
it
let go
from
and shit, and he's like,
Jeff
oh,
Keighley?
you sure
I don't know who it was
I
from.
thought Jeff
you sure
Keighley
it's not
posted
like
that.
they were
Not
saying
saying he
that
couldn't be wrong, but
from they apparently from id they put out a statement that they're essentially around
Yeah, it themselves.
that they're around the staffing of Doom 2016, which I mean you could view that as
Yeah, they
I
lost
don't
some
see
people.
that's still losing a lot of
but
people
according to
regardless
John, he
'cause
thinks they got rid of all their best software
Is it?
engineers. I don't know if that's
I don't
true.
know if that's true. They got rid of their best song. I
Yeah,
mean,
because
they
he's
got,
He
like
was talking about they lost their.
they lost the id
they
tech.
lost
They
I'm like,
they
got
where
lost
are you
good
getting all
they
this from?
lost
Well, I
good
was
people.
I was seeing they lost people that were pretty integral, man. I mean, they had people that
well, I mean, he
probably
might have connections with it because they're all about the tech stuff. So maybe he knows somebody because
I think
he
the problem
his theory was they should have turned that into id tech 6 or id tech not 6 but maybe 7 into what Resident Evil engine is. Like you can make Microsoft could use that engine to make all kinds of games and keep those guys on. That was his kind of argument. He must have a personal connection with
Well, they
somebody
were
there because he
well, they
felt.
were saying id Tech is fine. We're going to continue doing. Don't worry about any of that stuff. That's so. I'm like, who do I listen to?
But
The
if
actual
it's,
people
I
who work
mean,
there, or
Well, my thing is, if I'm being completely honest with you, like I that PR, it seems too PR statement of it dropping the thing on social media. Don't worry, guys, we're about like the staff of Doom 2016.
well, it's only PR because somebody made a fucking big statement about them. Of course, anything they say, oh well, if you want to believe that's what
are you
happened to the
breaking up?
studio, that's what you're going to believe. And so anytime if the studio is going to come out and say no, that's not true, everybody's going to say it's a PR statement. Of course, I mean that's well, it's not fair because the it's not a verified report. So if you have a verified report, that's one thing, but it's not fair because now you're having to combat unverified reports, which
Well,
is a
didn't
huge problem in this industry and community. I think
I
it's
will
one of the
say
biggest problems that we have to deal with.
Asha herself said they had 40% more staff than they did at the start of the generation across the board,
Well,
obviously.
and also on
Yeah.
it, there is that did say, I mean, that they laid off 158 people, or that's for ZeniMax Media. That might be for ZeniMax Media in
At
general.
Cinemax, yeah, it was in total. They said it was across. It wasn't just their studio; it was across
there was
ZeniMax and
multiple
whatnot. So I'm like,
studios.
okay,
Yeah,
that makes
yeah,
sense.
it was multiple
And
studios.
as
Yeah,
somebody who's been through that,
but people start talking about this stuff when they hear an unverified report. They start talking about it like it's fact. I can't stand that shit. It's fine if it comes out that it's true, but if it hasn't come out that it's true, you need to make a retraction. That's how journalism works. So
but I
I have an
mean,
issue. I
if
have a big issue with that.
they mistook it for just id versus like across, either way, they got rid
Okay,
of
but
1,600
come out and
employees.
say that.
I mean, they got rid of
Come
1,600
out and
total.
say that.
But I mean, that's,
Well,
I
that's
But that's
guess,
not. But that
because
wasn't
one.
what was said.
This is
If
what
that
this says over here.
it
One
said
that I
they
see
lost
from,
50% of their staff, is what it said initially.
but
That's what.
I'm seeing this that 22 were from Bethesda Game Studios Austin, and then the remaining 136 were from id. So I mean, that's a big
yeah.
amount. That's a huge chunk.
But also, I mean, I said this, like, I've been through this at where I work, and luckily, I'm viewed as a valuable employee, and there was some rough times though. When you're short staffed, there was some rough times. Um, but I said this in the group chat: if they got rid of the right people, I didn't just mean managers. If your studio got bloated, and whether it was on purpose or whether it just naturally happened, whether people were just taking advantage of Microsoft's money, I don't know what the behind the scenes, but if you didn't get rid of your best people and keep like the ass kissers who don't really do that much work, you'd be screwed. But if they, all right, let's cut the fat out. We know who the people are that they were here, they did something, but they're not the core group. If they were right about who they got rid of, then and you have the workers, the people that get the stuff done, then they'd probably be fine. That's what I said. I mean, yeah, it's sucked, but if they have the Doom 2016 amount of staff, then that's
But is
that's
it
a
the
great
same
game.
Doom 2016
No, but
staff?
still,
Well,
like,
You know
all
what I'm
I'm saying
saying?
is, it if you don't know, then come out and say if this is true. He wasn't saying if this is true. He was saying it like this is what's true. That again, I'm coming from a former journalism major,
yeah, I mean, you're talking
former
about John specifically, yeah.
managing editor of yeah, that's what I meant. I'm talking about yeah. If you come to the if you come to the internet as a media adjacent or media person, these are rules you're supposed to follow as a person who does journalism. That's just how it's supposed to work. And I see that more and more that it's not working that way. And I have a personal major issue with that kind of stuff.
I don't
So
know. I
Well,
kind
I'll
of
that's all.
say this also though on that, at least game developer, they got from Texas a what is called warn notice filed from Texas that they got sent from them, and it says 96 of those redundancies are being made at the office of id Software, and then 40 remote workers remoting in that location have also been let go, indicating 136 roles have been eliminated in total from them. And then the other were
Well,
like
I wonder
some other.
how many do they
Okay,
have
so
before?
the thing is, what did they add from that 2016 squad? Like, and what were these jobs?
I will say that,
if these were
there's
like
some big
redundancies.
I was watching I was actually listening to The Recipe
Oh shit!
and he was talking about that. He was like going on like actual individual people that got laid off, and some of them that were like the people that made like key art for Doom. We're talking Doom 2016, Doom Eternal, which is, you could say, oh, well, it's not gameplay, but it's like, bro, that some of those art is beautiful, and like it really was fantastic. The cover art for Doom Eternal type stuff, logos, things like that. And then I think there were other people too, but like I know he was focused on that. I think like also the menu people. There were some other, obviously other things, but it was
Well,
he was focused on that. And it was like, damn, they
again,
let go.
those are
How you gonna
jobs
let go
that
of the key art people though? The key art, the people that have been doing that
but
since.
those are jobs that are going to change over time because you don't keep the same art for every iteration of a game. Like you want new people in there, because you want to mix it up, and because you don't want the same looking game every time. That's something that
I don't know about that.
that
I mean,
I think
gets mixed.
I think the overarching issue is the
That's just
fact
a
that a bunch
fact.
of people lost their jobs, and
Yeah,
and
I feel
Oh
granted,
like
yeah,
no,
I mean,
like and to be and just to cover the Xbox
I
things
think
in
it's like
total, because
44,000 jobs in the game industry in the last 5 years or some shit. Like
it's
that's
ridiculous.
yeah,
insane.
my so
But on the
the
other side of that, they over fucking hired after COVID. So they so it's like, well, how many of those jobs were lost that were just, that were before COVID era? Like that would be the thing that worries me the most. Is like, well, how many of those jobs
well,
were
I would
as a
just
result of over hiring people because you thought this was going to be the
so
new norm after COVID happened?
in the whole release that came out, which is where Asha kind of explained that, hey, we had a weird like 14 level layer management thing where you had to talk to like
That's
14
insane.
different teams just to get something done.
That's
Like,
insane.
on one hand, I completely understand trimming the fat and trying to streamline the process so games get made more efficiently and effectively. But I don't want it to take away from the reality that, hey, and the other thing that needs to be mentioned is that a lot of these companies that they're letting go or are becoming independent or getting bought by someone else were companies, if I remember correctly, and correct me if I'm wrong, that were bought under the Phil Spencer era. So like
All of them
that
were.
over
I think
that
all
that
of it
that over
was.
Yeah.
that over buying of companies
Yeah.
to fill out a catalog didn't really, if anything, cost them money in the long run. So
Well,
you
wouldn't you
lost
say
money on
20
that.
billion invested, or not 20 billion? It's way more than that because of.
Yeah, that was damn.
Well, if you
Hold
call
on.
them
What is it?
Activision Blizzard and shit,
The
Well,
investment
how
of
much they invested
that'd be 100
versus
billion.
like they said
and then
they.
and then I think
Oh
she
yeah, I mean,
said
if
something
you
like
if you
they
combine
were
everybody,
losing
it's
money.
probably like 100 billion.
Yeah, they had
Yeah, because
less
they also
players,
mentioned
Yeah.
less sales, less people playing their games, but their staff grew 40% and their spending
Yeah.
was like
and
off the
then I
chart.
think was it they lost money anytime they invested in any of these studios. Like anytime they gave money to these studios to do
Well, they're
something,
saying they were losing
anything.
like 60 cents for every dollar they spend or
Yeah,
something like that.
yeah, that's literally
Yeah.
what it was.
And then like we
And it was
talked,
like, oh, go ahead.
I was gonna say this goes with last before this even happened, wasn't it? Last time we were talking about South of Midnight's budget was like got to 100 million. Like that, there's no way that game should have been. They should have been given 100 million at that point. Like you
No.
work your way up.
No. That's a $30 million game at most.
Because
There's no
everybody
way that
compares it
game
to
should be
Kana. I would be curious what Kana cost to make with that first time studio. They had a lot of
I
people
bet
help them,
significantly less.
Yeah,
and
definitely.
it's. I feel like
No
it's
way.
the case.
Kana does not. To be fair, Kana does not have the production value that South of Midnight has. But I mean, who cares?
It's got the.
At the end of
I
the
mean,
day,
they got
they're
the
very
cinematics
similar
down, but yeah,
feeling games.
yeah. I feel like it's a case of some of these studios were like, hey, well, Microsoft bought us. They got unlimited money. Let's expand. And they probably
Yeah.
that was probably, hey, grow your studio. Makes here's here's your budget, grow your studio. That was probably part of the initiative.
And
Well,
that's
do you know why
Microsoft's.
though? It's they said they thought they were gonna have 70 million Game Pass subscribers this year. 70 million, and they're not even close, not even half of that. It's
Well,
like
it just kind of makes me, if anything, this just recontextualizes the shit that Phil was saying back when he got on that infamous podcast and was talking about like, oh, we lost the worst generation to lose
Mhm.
and we never could recover. I'm like, I think you just mismanaged your money into the wrong shit, and if anything, it hurts you in the long run because now they have to hire a new CEO to essentially clean up the mess you made. Because realistically, I don't. Although I'm very.
I mean, there was some validity to that. I think there's some validity to. There's nothing he could do about fucking Don Matrix dumbass.
The
Oh yeah,
Xbox
of
One
course.
was,
No,
I mean,
with the
there's
Xbox
no,
of
One.
course.
he corrected the best he
hurt
could.
them majorly, and then and then after they didn't, then after that happened, they didn't get the support. There was a time period in the, the 20 early or the 20 or the teens, where Microsoft was thinking about selling, they weren't getting support with the games and stuff. That didn't happen until like the late 2010s, where they actually started getting more support and they started buying studios. But there was a time period where, they had to remember the best. This is the best year of Xbox.
Oh
They had a
yeah,
bunch of
best lineup
all the
ever.
best games. Made fun of them on video. Yeah, like they had
it was the
nothing.
most
at that
normal
period.
ass
I'm like,
lineup they've ever had.
it was the most normal milk toast ass lineup. And I'm like, this is what they have to work with
That's your
and
best
prop it up to me like that's pretty pathetic. So, I mean,
I haven't been checking.
they
Is Mohammed's still in here?
overcompensated
No, he
for
left.
what they didn't have. They
Nah, he
overcompensated for what they
left
didn't
it-
have.
I
And then
think
COVID hit, and then they made all that money from people at home and people spending their COVID checks, and they thought it was going to be the new normal, and I don't know why, and so they overcompensated, and then they ended up in a situation where they had too much overhead and they weren't making enough money, and then they have Satya Nadella being like, hey, y'all bitches gotta make some money, son, and so they went into this mode of like, oh, let's cut the cost and raise the price of Game Pass, and let's throw a bunch of shit in there and think people are going to treat Game Pass like Netflix. That was never going to happen. Game Pass was never going to be Netflix. You can't treat video games like movies and television shows on Netflix, because that's not the same investment. It's a way different. People consume movies and television way differently than we consume video games, right? So that was just a stupid thinking that they were ever going to be the Netflix of video games. That was just not going to happen.
Well,
so
I think
too much investment.
Part of this too is like I said, I've told you guys many times, my longtime coworker, he's just a Microsoft Windows fanboy. He don't care about Xbox. He's a Windows fanboy. And
That's so specific.
yeah,
That's weird.
Windows phone. Like he still has a
What?
Windows freaking what do you want to call it?
What?
Like on his phone, he still makes it look like a Windows phone. It's got the Windows in the.
Is he using a Zune and shit?
Yeah.
Oh wow.
So Microsoft or Windows, Microsoft. We've watched. Was it Laura Frey? Like, she used to work for Xbox. She talked about
Fryer.
Yeah.
They were
Fryer.
You watched that video?
I've watched all her videos. I've linked a couple.
No, I mean, no, this was the I shared like a E3 video from 2006.
Oh, I thought you shared a recent
with
one. I didn't know that was
Cliffy
an old
B
one.
and the Gears of War stuff.
But
oh no, that was old.
Basically, she was on. They were just starting like a Windows-based game, like a Steam. Back in the late '90s, and they just got it up and going, and that's when they decided to do Xbox. She had a video on that, and so they killed that before it even got going. But then you think of the Windows, was it Windows 10 push or was it Windows 8? Where did they first do the Xbox? Robert, you bought Call of Duty on the Windows Store. There was like 5 people playing.
thought it was 8.
I think it was 10. I think it was 10.
Oh, like which Windows it was? It was
Windows 10.
Definitely 10 at the
And they're just like, oh, we're, I mean, other companies have tried it too. Let's have everybody let's have a Windows 10 store for all your gaming, but fine if it's an Xbox game because that means you also got on your Xbox and your PC. That was that
Yeah.
was cool. But if you bought a third party game, especially an online one, and there's hardly anybody, you can't get these guys off Steam. I mean, how much money has Epic spent trying to get people off Steam?
That was bad, man.
Anyway,
It was
Microsoft is
low. It was
always
like 10% of Wii U numbers. It was ridiculous.
they always kind of dip their toe. Like they tried to do the Windows Phone, and then they didn't get the support of the apps, so that fell. I had to live all this through my buddy. They had their own version of iTunes, and maybe this will come up later. My buddy bought all his music on this, whatever it was called, through Windows.
Then lost it.
And they sent this was within the last maybe 5 to 10 years. I can't remember exactly when it was, but they told him and everybody, hey, all your purchases, this store is closing. Download everything you've bought because you'll never be able to re-download again. And just completely wiped. It's gone off the face of the earth. Zoom, or was it Zoom or Zoom? What was their MP3 player?
Z-U-N-E.
You know, and it's like
Z-U-N-E.
Z-U-N-E.
I don't know. Other than Windows
I just said
itself,
Zoom.
have they ever had like they were the first one and had this big hit of something? Like I know they did the not Chromebooks, the what was the Windows like Surface. They
Yeah,
tried
the
that after the
Surfaces.
iPads were
Surface tablet.
popular. Like they're always kind of like trying to do the big thing somebody already else
No,
did.
Surface, to be fair, was like a product of a 80s thing, a device that they started working on in the 80s.
I mean,
So,
Surface did all right. It
um,
wasn't like a massive.
Also, Surface is still around. I want to put that in context. Like they
Yeah.
still make Surfaces.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
you
I'm
can
saying
still
they're
buy
always
those
they're
things.
Yeah,
they're
they
always
still
trying
make
something. They're always trying to get their version of something. I feel like that kind of work happened with Xbox, and then just buying up studios, and it's just like
The problem is
the big
Xbox
corporation.
has always been like
That-
this.
Big corporations like one that bought my company I worked for. They're always trying to acquire companies. That's just what they do. There's people. That's all they do. Oh, yeah, we're working on the next acquisition, and that's people's job is just getting acquisitions. So
The
it's just
the problem Microsoft had, and when I made my video about it, and I had to go back and look at it, I realized the way Microsoft is now wasn't anything different than what they were doing when they first started, which was the whole. Because even in the beginning, like buying Halo and Forza and stuff, all that took until like I think some of that didn't even come full circle until like the 360 to Xbox One era, where it's like, oh, now they own the studio. They originally owned the IP, and now they own the studio. The only thing that's really changed is the quality of the studios that they bought and the return on their investment. And unfortunately, when you buy so much, there's no way you're guaranteed to make your money back on that much. You buy like 50 fucking things, you're not gonna just default get back that whole 50 you invested. And so looking at the whole layoffs that came out of this, it's kind of conflicting because in one way it probably needed to happen because the way this shit was running was bad. And if it leads to them, getting their shit together, I don't personally think it will, but that's just a personal opinion. But it has the potential to.
well, I was
then
going to go back
cool.
further than Halo. I thought you were
You wanna-
talking like I was thinking like Microsoft Word and shit. Like they bought all that stuff. They didn't.
Oh yeah.
That wasn't organic.
I was trying to keep it to the gaming realm, but you're right. They
Oh.
absolutely did.
well, you kind of had
you're-
you kind of had to do
Yeah.
that if you're trying to get into gaming, and they had it going on with the 360. I mean, yeah, they had the issues with the hardware, but like they pointed out, I mean, when Phil first took over, he's like, yeah, we're not going to money hat anymore. They were spending so much money on Call of Duty exclusive, a month exclusive. DLC was a month sooner on Xbox. I mean, it worked. It worked. I don't know what the money situation was, but they were way more aggressive, and they had a good system. It was the lead platform. All the games performed better, except for maybe some late PS3 games. Maybe they started figuring shit out, and they really had it going. But it's, again, the red ring of death just really hampered any profits they were going to make. And back then, I mean, who knows if they didn't have that overheating issue? Who knows where this would have been? Maybe it wouldn't have sold as much. Though. I don't know because people wouldn't have to buy four.
When he said he stopped money hatting, which I can respect, I think my problem was that means you have to start releasing like exclusives. And I think it's something I think I used to hear T talk about a lot. the Xbox One's like launch lineup wasn't that bad when I went back and actually like double checked in the games that were
I
actually
don't know
coming
how
It
you
out.
was pretty
think
good.
that, man.
They
Really?
weren't compared to what the PlayStation 4 was putting out. It wasn't. It was a lot better.
I
But
don't agree.
Maybe at launch. I
no,
don't
no.
know,
Listen,
but
Yeah.
hey, look, that's different
Bro,
opinion.
Rise Son
But
of
when
Rome. I mean, they're both like the both launch lineups weren't like anything crazy. Rise Son of
they
Rome, Dead
weren't,
Rising
but
3.
I think there was more effort. I think Xbox put in a lot more effort in
Those are
theirs
very
compared.
good games, sir.
Rise Son of Rome is a very good game. I
I
wouldn't
don't know
agree
about
with
that.
that.
I think
Very good.
I think
Oh,
it,
it's have you played it?
I'm gonna
Yeah, I bought
let
that
you
shit
handle
on my
that.
Xbox One.
Oh,
The
You
point I'm
mean,
making
bro?
is
You're talking the first party guy. I pay all these. Of course, I had Dead Rising 3 and
I think
Xbox.
well,
Bro,
I didn't,
they
I
did
didn't think
that.
Dead Rising 3 was
Bro,
that great,
after
but
Dead Rising 3, you didn't get anything for Xbox One until like Sunset Overdrive.
Well,
After
Halo.
Sunset
yeah, but
Overdrive, you didn't
that
get
was
anything until
this.
Halo 5.
That was. I was
that
going
was
to
like
say, but that was the same thing on PS4. But that bitch kept selling when they didn't have anything.
Yes,
So
well
yes,
that
because
was
unfortunately, I've
you're
always
not wrong.
I
But
would
I'm
say
just
the
saying,
part of the struggle for that gen was partially just the luck of the draw, where like
Mhm.
Xbox had no good PR
Well,
during
they
that
had,
beginning
they
of
had
the
the
generation,
inferior
I mean,
and
hardware too.
unfortunately,
nailing the call.
unfortunately, that narrative carried on. And to be fair, it still sold 50 million units, which isn't bad, all things considered, considering the
I'm
terrible PR.
surprised at how well that sold. I'm very surprised.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. The problem with them though is in the latter half of that generation, it felt like they just gave the fuck up. Or we
Remember
were
they
getting
kept
games
we kept
that
making
were just
fun of
intrinsically broken.
like
Like
Crackdown
fucking State
3.
of Decay. Yeah, and State of Decay 2.
Mm.
And you were just like, bruh, what the fuck?
The
And then
cloud,
it just
the
never
power of
and
the
it,
cloud.
That
Remember
was
the power of
actually the cloud was the whole
yeah.
thing I was trying to build towards. With they kept pushing, they're trying to push technology and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
The cloud thing,
Well,
like
it was literally like it doesn't help that again that's when they started putting their games on PC where it goes to literally once you hit after Sunset Overdrive you hit Recore, which was
Yeah.
2016.
Quantum
Was it
Break.
2016 or 2015? Let me look it up real
Quantum
quick.
Break
Might
was
even be 2014,
2016.
Yeah, the only
um,
break was 2016.
yeah, 2016, and then that was the first PC and Xbox. So you're only like technically that'd be
What was it?
When did
4.5
Halo 5
4
come
years?
out?
You're like
And
4
it was
years
like
into the console
2015.
generation, I think.
no 2013, so it's less.
No,
than
yeah,
that.
2013. My bad. 3 years. My bad.
So,
3
so
years.
even then, you're like, okay, you're 3 years in. Now I don't need it. I had a laptop that was more powerful than the Xbox One, and I just was so bummed. I was like, bro, this console's garbage.
That's why
And
I
it-
think
years in.
that's why when I talk about the Xbox One, I think a lot of it. I think unfortunately that was a luck of a draw.
Wait,
Like even
3
even
years in
using
2013.
2013.
yeah, it released the Xbox One. No, it released in no, it didn't release in
It released
2013
in 20.
Yeah, it was
Released in
2013.
2013.
because the Wii
Yeah.
U released the year
Wii U was
before.
2012. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But I mean,
The-
what else? What was the other one I was just
but that
thinking
was the
of?
crazy part. Like so that's why I say a lot of that shit was luck. Like unfortunately, they just got terrible luck on. Like even in the Insomniac thing, when I checked for Sunset Overdrive, and Sunset Overdrive didn't lose money technically.
It made them
Technically.
$52 or some shit. It was
But it
like
didn't make them a lot of
$20.
money either. And then what happened right after that? Oh,
Forget
you know,
about
Sony.
that. Goddamn.
Sony owns the studio now. Oh,
Well, I mean,
damn.
I
Now
think,
I can't really get a sequel. The
Mhm.
fuck?
That was a
Yeah.
fail. At the very least, you keep your competition from buying them. At the very least.
That's what I would
when
have
did Ori come out? Because they had like Forza Horizon
Ori
4,
was like
Ori,
was
Cuphead in a couple year
2016, I
span. I
thought.
mean,
Was it already 2016? I feel like
2016, 2015, I think, around that time.
No.
they definitely started to pick up a little steam, but
it was 2015.
That's what I thought. Yeah,
Oh, wow.
they're smaller games, I think.
Yeah,
were
but even
fine,
then,
like-
again, I know you guys, but like again, think about during the time I had the Xbox One and I already had a laptop that could run Ori. I was like, I was.
that
just
was
so bummed,
definitely
bro.
like
I was so bummed.
I think the cross PC thing really didn't.
because the Xbox
don't think
One
it
with
helped.
the
I know
S.
people don't like
No.
it, but that killed it. I think that was the big thing that.
Yeah, I don't think it
was
really did him any favors because the moment you said, "Hey, I can just buy these
Light it
games on
up.
PC," then yeah.
And I get
Why?
it, but like, dude, the PC was a.
Why did they do that?
It used to be a growing
I
platform.
don't know what the goal was. I mean, honestly, I really don't.
Well, they're
understand
pushing
I
what the
Windows
point is.
10.
get
They're pushing the
boss-
Windows
Yeah.
Not
Store.
be sold off. That they had to sell some goddamn games because they weren't selling enough on Xbox, and they
Well,
were
that's
like, "Well, we got to sell some more games, so we got to open up the PC."
in theory, it's cool where you have like you could have
No, on the
buy
consumer
one
level, it's
version and
great. It
have,
just
like,
didn't do
a
them any
few
favors
versions.
financially.
No, no.
And I think it kind of did hurt started the beginning
Oh,
of hurting the
absolutely,
console.
absolutely.
Because at that point,
Absolutely.
the revision, the S for $399. I mean, it took them a year. And, remember they said you can't. The Kinect's integral. We can't take the Kinect out, but they got it
Yeah.
figured out.
Yeah.
And but
Mhm.
it just was a bad situation. I mean, Phil was right. It was definitely not the one to lose.
Yeah.
But they
And
had
here you're president now.
Yeah, it's
Okay,
tough.
thanks.
they had the slower RAM, so the games they took just a little. It wasn't the go-to platform because it was the inferior version. I mean, it
And by
wasn't
that
huge
point, Sony
differences here and there.
Sony had started putting out some decent exclusives to the point where it didn't even really matter, bro.
Yep.
I think once Uncharted
Like,
4
Yeah, it
came
was too
out,
late.
it
It was too
was
it
late
was too
once
late. Like
Uncharted 4 hit.
that momentum. Once you lost that momentum, it was shot. Which is why I say a lot of, but that's also the reason why I always say a lot of the PS4's success is partially due to luck. You got lucky that like both your competition kind of fumbled the bag because realistically, I think like I
Yeah.
was saying before, they didn't have nothing crazy at their launch
No.
either. It was like you just had better PR. That's
You had-
literally what it
because
was.
everyone's like,
All of
"Why
it
is the
for
PS4 selling?
what,
Why is it selling?"
Killzone and Knack?
Yeah,
Like
Yeah,
Knack and
Knack.
Knack 2.
Yeah,
Those are
like
crazy.
I
that's
mean,
what I'm
Bloodborne
saying.
did
Like
come
I
out
love
early
Infamous Second Son.
2015.
that's why when people tell me how amazing the PS4 generation is, I'm like, I think you.
I don't think it's
bullshit.
amazing,
What
but
was,
I do
what
think it was.
what was
a
that, Robert?
solid- What happened?
Oh, so you can cape for Nat, and I can't talk about Rise.
Oh, wait a
Is
minute.
I think he was
I
making
didn't say
fun of
anything.
it.
I said,
Okay.
I love Infamous. I said Infamous. I didn't say anything about Knack.
Oh, okay.
Knack was there, but it was.
Knack
It
was
was
Knack
there.
was a game. Knack was a game.
I
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. It's like there was.
Infamously, the game that infamously killed the franchise.
Hey, people! I just saw a
don't know, but
post.
it's so well. It's so
We haven't
well.
had one since.
I don't
We haven't had one since that one.
Well, that's because these motherfuckers want to focus on Ghost now all of a sudden. Oh, we
Yeah,
gotta do
Ghost of
Well,
Tsushima.
Sony is
The-
known for moving on from a specific
That's
IP.
Yeah,
kind of
sure.
their.
I'm not.
I
I'm not
wouldn't even.
surprised by that personally.
I wouldn't have been mad if you would have just hired more studios to kind of carry those other IPs along. Because to me, you should be building a catalog. You shouldn't be dropping shit.
Hey, what you doing? They just shut down. They shut down Blue Point. Cut Bungie. They don't want to do
Yeah,
that
what the
either.
fuck?
Yeah,
What
the
was
Blue
the
Point
point
one
of
still
buying
sucks.
Bungie? At this point, is how I feel about that. Because
Well,
what the
they
fuck?
thought Bungie was going to help them sell those
Live
what do
service
you call the
games.
games?
Live
Live service
games.
games. Yeah. So, because for some reason, I don't know. I mean, Destiny was, a pretty solid release, a pretty big game, but it wasn't like,
Yeah.
oh, these guys had know how to control a whole part of the industry.
Yeah,
Yeah, I didn't think it was that game. It wasn't that great of a game, was it? I
it
didn't
was.
see it.
It was just another
I mean,
Call
It
of Duty
got-
killer.
I
That
think it was. I think it was.
Destiny 2 still gets like over
Destiny
100,000.
2. I think they did better with Destiny 2. The problem, realistically, is that they just weren't making the money that Sony wanted them to make.
Well,
Sony
also,
wanted
I mean,
Sony wanted all the money. Damn it.
these dumbasses at Sony though, because the CEO was like, "Oh, we still want to continue live service games." Like a week ago, bro, he
Yeah.
literally said,
Of
this,
course
he's
they
like,
do.
"I'm like, what
Of
is
course they
wrong
do.
with this guy?"
It's like playing the lottery.
Well, before
It's like
let's
playing
talk
the
about
lottery.
a couple of the studios that did what we were saying we hoped happened, became independent. So
All of them actually.
I wish
other
Blue
than-
Point would have had
No.
that chance.
Other than
Most of them.
Arcane Leon is kind of sounds like a little toss.
They're in talks.
In Ninja
Yeah,
Theory,
I
they
think
said
so.
they have a buyer. I'm
Yeah,
gonna.
but again, for the most part, this is a win because
Oh, absolutely.
we didn't want what happened to the guys who made my God, what's it called? What's the game?
Five.
Rhythm fighter. Yeah, the Hi-Fi Rush.
Yeah,
Oh
We
yeah,
don't want
Hi-Fi
what
Rush.
happened to them, to happen in any studio,
Because at least
none of that's happening.
those
They
people
So
could start a
get
new
both
studio,
of
but
them.
now they can keep the name. Yet the thing is,
they keep their
they might not
IPs.
survive as an independent. Who knows? But at least they got a chance. And then
They had the
Yeah,
ability
Ninja
to
Theory
try.
apparently has been.
They'll unfortunately probably have to lay off. I doubt they'll have
Yeah.
enough money to.
I'm a
Well,
little.
no, of
That's the
course.
market.
Yeah.
What would
they-
they be? What would
I
they
think
be
the other
doing?
two
right
thing-
now, making only one game in 7 years. What would they be doing on their own? They
No,
wouldn't
at
be
least-
around
at least,
anyway.
Like, Double Fine at least
Yeah.
putting out. It's not like huge selling games, but they.
The
you know,
problem with
they-
Delphine is that Delphine doesn't release a lot.
They
That's my
don't
do.
release a
issue.
lot.
They release. They
they
even this
publish
generation
or
they at
just
least
develop?
release like 3-4 games.
Wait, you
You don't have these
wait.
huge
Maybe
games.
I should be more specific. Maybe I should be more specific. I mean, in the sense of their own creations, not just straight publishing. I guess is what I should have said. because
Why is Clint was it killing and Keeper not
Yeah,
them?
all those games aren't developed by them.
yeah, that's what I was gonna
Published.
say. They have been publishing, but like I don't know. I wouldn't say they've been.
So I have
releasing
a,
lot of
I
their
have
own
a,
stuff.
I guess a
This one was
worry.
developed. Keeper was developed by Double Fine. That was just the other year, or last year. And again, I don't think that this is big, but these dudes are never meant to be having these huge. Same thing.
Why they
Killing.
take the money? Why they take the money? Why didn't they just say, "Nah, we don't need that. We good."
Because they definitely.
Why they take that money?
Because
They would've wanted
whoever
to-
No, I
they
mean,
the
I
definitely
get, I
owner,
get what you're saying, but like clearly, I think they could probably still work as an independent.
Well, then I think they also said they're still funding Sinnoh and
Well, yeah, that's the plan, isn't it?
State of K3, so those games will still be made even
I-
if they don't own those companies.
My-
I think
Microsoft's
that's a miss
still
on
funding
Microsoft's
it?
point. I feel like State of Decay 3 is gonna hit, and Microsoft gonna be like,
it
"God
looks a
damn it."
lot more solid
We-
than 2. That's for sure. It
well,
looks.
yeah.
that's not saying a lot considering two.
Wouldn't
was,
that be
like,
something that they
absolute
get rid
dog
of the
water.
studio and then this is the hit? This is the
I have a feeling that's
Helldivers.
what's gonna happen.
This is the
That bitch
Helldivers
is gonna-
2 thing.
Yeah, exactly. This bitch is gonna turn into a Helldivers 2 on their ass. We're
I
like, fuck.
mean, hey,
Well,
missed again.
I will say though that the big thing about these layoffs, the unfortunate thing about these layoffs for the whole industry, as a whole, is that the repercussion. Everyone thinking short term, but long term, like how this is gonna affect the industry so much because like. Who the fuck is gonna want to get into the games industry by how many goddamn layoffs there? Like, imagine these up and coming artists, up and coming directors, all these. They're gonna like, we'll take our talent somewhere else. We're gonna look
Well,
somewhere else.
get there and
yeah,
start
but
your
we,
own shit.
remember we have a fuck ton of indie. I feel like if anything,
Yeah, Penny's
That within
profit.
itself is like a lottery, you could say, by how for the big two. But in the end of the day, it's like it's either like you get everything. You almost have to just take it as a temporary job, and it's so fucked up. It's like if you're not working for Nintendo or like maybe Capcom or something, you gone. It's like what the fuck? You lost, dude. Black Flag Resynced sold 2 million copies right
2
now,
million.
and they just laid off like 38 people. And you're like, what the fuck? And you're like, it was a higher launch than
We really
than
needed
Apple.
those 38 checks.
They
was
they
a lot.
probably
Needed
brought some extra people on to get it across the finish line, and then see ya.
But
yeah,
this is
you
the
gotta
thing with
go.
the music industry, and this is why it's gonna affect.
Well, this
people
isn't
in
just the
the
gaming
future.
industry that does that, but yeah, it's gonna.
Yeah, but what I'm saying
Well, in the
is that-
context of the conversation,
Yeah.
it is,
in the end of the day, like if you're successful, you get laid off. If you fail, you get laid off. If you don't release a game, you get laid off. If anytime there's always a layoff, and it's just like, okay, so how is that? How is this gonna work?
Well,
and
I-
then you also want these bigger budget ballooning games that
Stay away from them big ass
won't
companies
pay off.
and do your own shit.
well, even the Ninja Theory thing though, they even said they had 10 or 20 people made Hellblade 1. They knew they were gonna. They're set out to try to make a high quality, more budget game, AAA like game for 10 million, whatever, 10 or 20 million. I think it was 10 million. And they had 20 people working on it, and it's like, I really like the game. It's not normally something, it's not my normal like genre cup of tea, but there was something there. The combat, there, it was fun, and I just thought they would build upon it. And it's almost like, I'm gonna guess like somebody like Tencent, probably bought them. Somebody that they haven't announced yet.
Yeah,
They're gonna be like,
probably,
oh, great. But it's almost like they almost needed a wake up call, because how many projects they announced? 3 of them were all related to like mental issues and stuff, and it's like you're going down this path. And Hellblade
well, now that
was a
they're
pretty
now
good
that-
success for them, but it wasn't like, I don't know if there's any numbers, because
It didn't validate them. It wouldn't have been enough to maintain.
was it a
the
10 million
company.
seller? I don't know how many, because there's a lot of it
Actually,
was
thought
digital.
I think it actually was a bigger seller. Let me see.
It
hold
was
on.
like started off.
It made some good money for them. That's what I'll say. That's what
It was a
it was,
PS4 exclusive. I think was it on PC first or PS4 and PC? But it was. I know it was
both.
obviously it was digital on Steam, so I don't know if there's any hard numbers, because
Well, this one I'm seeing. Well, hold on, because it says 3.5 million across all platforms, which for Hellblade 1
for the
a
budget
lower
and
great.
then for 20 people,
For
that's
that
good.
budget, that's
I'm
fantastic.
sure Hellblade 2 had well over $100 million budget though. Just
That's the thing, is that Hellblade 2 is never going to make a profit at that point in that case,
which is pathetic.
and
I
it's
think that's
like,
the reason why that's why I think Sinnoh is such a different kind of game.
I think they
Yeah.
finally looks like what
Because you
I
need to appeal to a broader audience.
was like, make it don't copy God of War, but make it Senua in the Hellblade series could have been their God of War style series. Like
It should have been.
combat.
Once Microsoft stepped in, that's when you change your, whatever you're gonna do for the second one, and you make it a bigger, like a competition to something like a God of War.
And it's like, it looks like she's climbing and doing a lot more stuff, and it's expanded upon the combat. Like they said, is going back to the multi foes, not just one-on-one cinematic stuff. And but hopefully, like some of these studios will prosper. But like you're saying with the indies, I was gonna say this. Obviously, the goal of all these companies is to find their gold, the golden goose, your Fortnites, your not Last of Us, Among Us, Fall Guys. Find your hit, like Silksong. I mean, how many games are of the success of like Hollow Knight and Silksong or Minecraft? Minecraft obviously is huge. So there's all these indie studios, and I'm sure a lot of them make money, but there's probably a lot of them too where their game gets no traction and no one buys it, and then they spent 5 years working on it, and then you're done.
Odds are most
all the
of
time.
Most of them aren't probably making money realistically.
Yeah.
It's just like with any sort of YouTube, whatever, right? Like
it's like a streamers,
so
content creators. Yeah, you're never guaranteed.
Most people are not making money. Like
most people on YouTube making shit.
Yeah. I could testify.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I was making I was getting
So could I.
$100 every 2 months when I was making home theater videos last year into early this year, and then I stopped after my year got fucked up. So, but that's $50 a month. It's not a lot of money.
No,
it's not like it's
that's almost a game. Oh, never mind. That used to be a game a month.
It used to be a game, man.
I do real quick want to talk about a direct that came out, and a game that completely turned my mind around Splatoon Raiders.
Yeah.
That's so confusing to me. So I'm curious to hear why you feel so different now.
It was that and Kit and Krista's video going to play it at Target, and I'm like,
the demo.
It's
Wait,
like
what game?
Splatoon Raiders.
Splatoon Raiders.
Oh.
And I'm like,
Tomb Raider. I'm like, what the fuck?
No, Splatoon Raiders. It's close. I'm like,
Splatoon Raiders.
I'm like, it's almost like your Returnal, Saros, like crazy, just shooter, like with enemies, not projectiles, but with enemies. And I'm just like, man, I really enjoyed watching Kit and Krista's video of it. And I was like, I've always liked the Inkling design. Is just from day one, I've loved it.
Phenomenal.
And it just like,
the best thing about these games is the design.
It looks really fun. And I was like, you know what? $50 pre-order physical, boom, pre-ordered. So that's
Thank you.
Walmart.
I mean, that's a no-brainer. That's a no-brainer. Even if you're just kind of lukewarm on it, you gotta buy that bit now. Especially,
I guarantee I'll put more time in.
God damn it!
I'll put more time in that game than Star Fox. I guarantee it for the same. Or with Star Fox 40.
Yeah.
Oh.
I'm just saying, like for around the same price.
I think.
I'm not hating. I'm actually curious as to what each of us have been doing in Star Fox.
I've been going through the challenges. I did all the routes. Now I'm going through trying to get all the challenges.
I get my ass whooped by Star Wolf. I hate it, bro.
So
if you take the harder run,
this is your first time, right? Terrell, is your first time playing Star Fox?
Yeah, well, 64? Zero was the first Star Fox game I played.
64,
so yeah.
64,
yeah. So yeah,
and that is my biggest problem because
really?
I play Star Fox 64 fucking 3 or 4 times a year, run through that bitch, get all the medals and shit. And this is just Star Fox 64. Yes, there's better graphics and some new cinematics, but goddamn it, those bones are Star Fox 64, and it makes it less compelling for me to run through.
Do you think
that's a me problem? That is a me problem.
Do you think your yearly run through will be this game now, or what do you think?
I don't know.
So
I say give him a year to think about it.
Before I got the game, I was like, is this gonna replace the Star Fox 64 for me? How much I play that game? It could.
Well,
or at least maybe like on and off.
Like, yet.
It'd be like
It
an on
hasn't
and off,
hit yet.
164, one switch to, you know what I'm
So
saying? Like an
here's
on
the
and off.
hours for the three of us that
I
have the
don't think
game.
I'll do both. It's going to be one or the other.
No, I mean like if you do yearly, like it'd be like, oh, you buy every, you know what I'm saying? Every other year you play
Hey,
this one, every other
I-
year.
I
Hey,
mean-
I'm not in my 20s. I'm not in my 20s anymore here. Okay, I get
You got responsibilities, man.
I can't make those kind of decisions.
I don't know. I just thought maybe you do every
To
other
be
year.
fair, it wouldn't take you that long to go through it anyway.
For the past 30 years, I've been playing it yearly, but you know, I don't know if I could do that going forward.
Honey,
bro.
honey, come to bed. Let me get them Star Fox in
I don't
real
think I
quick.
got 30 years in me. You know what I'm saying?
I gotta do another barrel roll real quick.
So
I'm on the other side of the hill, pretty much at this point, bro.
Damn.
so between
Damn.
Clocked It, myself, T, and Terrell, all right, who has the most hours in Star Fox? You think?
Ooh.
It ain't me. It ain't me. I tell you
I'm
that
gonna
right
say,
now.
I'm gonna say,
I'm
I'm gonna
at the
say
bottom.
juice. I'm gonna say juice.
Well, it's 10 hours, and it is Jason from Clocked It.
Oh yeah.
Then
Okay.
you know what? I should. I
I,
should.
I thought you had. I never
Is it him or is it the kids?
Yeah.
That's what I want to know.
The next person has 9 hours in Star Fox. Who
It's
is it?
you.
That's you?
Yeah.
Has to be you.
It's let's see. TIGF.
No.
9 hours or
alright.
more.
That's
9
fair.
hours?
Wait, what do
Woo!
you mean?
Check you out.
I've been grinding. That's what I was going.
Have you
I
finished?
gave
one
it a
run
fair
already?
shake.
Have you finished one run?
You have to.
Yeah,
You
I've done.
can't play that.
I've done.
You can't put that
no,
much
I've
time
done multiple
into it.
runs.
Well, I
I've
don't
done
know.
multiple runs.
He might.
No, I've done multiple runs. I've done
I don't
multiple
know if you're the
runs.
guy that has that game just lingering on the background and you start cooking.
I
or
was
something.
gonna say,
No.
I'll just put the whole put a weight on the button so it don't turn off.
Yeah,
Like, oh
listen,
my, what those hours this guy got in these games.
we're past that, okay? We're past that
He's playing
lifestyle.
the game at 4 o'clock in the morning, even though he has to work. This is crazy.
All right, so I got 8 hours, and
I'm about to say, I knew you couldn't have been that far behind. me then, if
T's
that's
at
the
1
case.
hour, so he wasn't lying.
Ooh, it's probably 2 though.
It's probably close to 2.
to be fair.
It's probably like 1
Probably
hour,
an
55
Yeah,
minutes.
he hasn't bled over yet. He hasn't bled it over yet.
So
I think I got at least 2 hours in there, so it's probably.
I
really
fully
close.
expect Splatoon Raiders to be, 10, 15, 20,
I'm
based
thinking
on
it's
what I've
gonna
Yeah,
seen.
be-
I
it
would
might-
expect that too.
But how many
Yeah,
runs
so-
was that? That was 2 runs. So I did run through that biz twice.
It,
Really?
even the
Yeah.
cinematics are great, but all my other runs, I usually just skip them. Watch them once, and then I'm just
Yeah, I'm like that too.
I skipped it the second time. I mean,
And the challenge,
yeah,
man.
Unless it was a new route, then I
yeah,
I
new
kept it
then
Yeah.
I watched it.
I'm not
Yeah.
even. I don't even know if I'm gonna attempt the hard difficulty challenges because I'm barely getting through the normal ones. It's like I look at what the hard ones are. I'm like, oh, there's no freaking way. Especially, I haven't done the Landmaster one. I did. I think I did do the Landmaster one. That one was tedious because you had to kill 150 enemies, which means you can't hit the switches to derail the train. So you gotta
Yeah.
just
Oh, which one? Oh, the what
train.
is it called? Macbeth.
yeah. Is there another one?
Yeah.
I haven't found another.
I only know about that one. What's the other one?
No, there's 2 Landmaster.
What's
The one where Slippy gets slapped into another planet.
Oh, that's
You
if you
haven't done
don't
that yet?
save him, right?
Yeah, if you don't save
Oh,
him. Yeah.
and what?
That's
and
why
what?
I haven't seen.
I haven't done
I
that
saved
yet.
him.
What
I saved
planet?
him.
Ah.
That's why.
What planet?
Isn't it?
It's Titania. Is it some shit? Like
Yeah,
that?
it's like a boss, and like he'll get
It's
smacked
like
out of the sky.
it's really red looking planet. It looks like Mars or some shit. And yeah, there's some
What the
boss at the end that has like wiggly arms and he's holding Slippy in one of his hands.
Yeah,
and
you
gotta
have to
knock
save him.
Slippy free.
Yep, you have to save
I
him.
can't say if I.
And if
Yeah.
you don't save him, then you have it creates a new path.
You've never come across that even in Star Fox 64?
Definitely not. Well,
Exposed.
I don't know, dude. I don't remember. Like, I didn't remember some of
Yeah.
these
Been
a long
levels
time.
until I looked at the 64 version. I was like,
what he
oh
was
yeah,
talking about, 'cause-
I know what that level is. But seeing it, the new visuals, I didn't even
I
remember.
think it's Titania is what it's called. Yeah.
Let me see.
You guys try the multiplayer? I heard it's really
I haven't
good.
tried it.
Yeah.
Not
Oh,
yet.
I'm not done with the game, guys. I'm going to play this. I'm just saying I'm not.
No, I know,
overly
I know.
compelled.
Again,
No. I'm responding to the chat here.
Oh.
I will be playing online and all that stuff because online
Oh,
we
yeah,
didn't
I
have
haven't-
that back in the day.
I haven't
especially
got to
we only
Titania.
had-
that is at least a
the
new
multiplayer.
feature to this game.
That's why I've been trying to
right.
do the alternate routes, but I keep
How do
getting
you
my
get to
shit locked on
Titania?
Venom.
That wasn't even come up for me.
Mm.
And I haven't been
That's
to
what I'm still trying to
Sector
do
Z
routes.
either. Haven't been to Sector Z either.
Isn't that that's not the submarine
You haven't
level,
been to
is it?
Sector Z?
I must have chose a different
Ever?
path. Not in
Not
this
ever?
game. I don't know. Not
No.
just this
Oh.
game.
Yeah, like that's why I said I was still doing pass because like I was getting my
I
shit.
might have to
Like,
look it up to see even what I got to do.
I got to the option, but I saved Slippy, so I missed it. I had to go back.
But
But I like it. I like it a lot. But them
Yeah.
fucking all range mode fights are rocking my shit, bro.
I know some of you guys. Well, I know. I think Juice, you specifically. I think the like Landmaster levels and all that stuff is the worst. And that's worst doesn't mean it's bad. It just means
actually, the
it's not your
submarine.
favorite
The
level.
submarine was always my least
Yeah.
favorite, and it still is.
Yeah, submarine it's easily the least.
At least you
fun to
can. At
play.
least it doesn't
But-
slow down like crazy. But
I just remember that first time of playing Macbeth, and I didn't know because I didn't have the strategy guide yet. I usually run through a game as much as I can before I go back and get a strategy guide. At least back in the day, that's what I did. So I didn't know. So I'm just hitting those switches on Macbeth, just hitting the little switches, and I just happened to hit that last one because one of them's kind of hidden. If you're not paying attention, you can miss that bitch easy. And again, just hitting those switches and then fucking making that train go off and slam into like the building and whatnot, and your fucking rumble pack loses its mind. I remember the rumble pack just losing its mind at that time. And again, it probably wasn't as crazy as I thought it was, but because that was the first time we had rumble and a controller and shit, I just remember that being a huge iconic moment, and that's what made it one of my favorite levels. And just blasting that train up was so much fun to me. Just fucking blowing it up as it's flying or driving by.
in the remake, I find it almost it's harder to not hit the switches. Like I had to purposely not hit them so I could get.
Oh,
so I'm
really?
like, how do you get 150? I was like, wait a minute, what if I don't hit the switches? And I was like, oh, now I got.
Yeah, you can't get 150 doing that.
Yeah.
You actually almost had to intentionally lose that.
You did.
Well, lose that.
I just had to stop shooting because it was too easy not to hit them. My favorite level is Zone S though, with the waves. Like that's cool. I really like.
I figured that was gonna be one of your.
The
favorite.
boss is pretty tough though. Like genuinely. Not like super so hard, but it's hard to hit him, and he throws out all those projectiles, and you gotta use bombs. But anyway, we might as well. I know T's looking for
We're
something.
talking about the
The greatest
Go ahead,
company.
I'm trying to find
the
worst
greatest
news you
company.
could ever hear, man.
No, listen, Robert. It's the greatest company making the best decision for all gamers. And if you don't believe me, go watch T's third video on it.
Unfortunately, I don't think
he got his
Microsoft is
covered.
going to take advantage of the situation.
There's so many angles.
I don't think so either.
Because
personally.
they're just. I think they're in too much of a transition right now to even. But also, I think. I mean, why wouldn't they want extra 30% profit off their game sales if they can get it?
Well,
I mean, it would have been smart.
well, no, if
Yeah,
we're
but
being
if
honest,
you're
like,
not selling games, well, what's the extra 30%? You know what
What?
I'm saying? They need to do something dramatic. I'm just saying they need to do something dramatic, and that would be something.
It
dramatic.
would be.
The way fucking Microsoft, or the way Sony did to them. That whole, I mean, that was fantastic.
They could turn the
Assisting
tides,
trade
but I
games on
just.
PS4. Yeah, that would be
Yeah, I
something.
mean-
I'm not saying they're gonna do it. I'm just saying.
I'm not saying it
it's
would.
an opportunity for
It
them.
would completely
I'm gonna be so
transform them,
honest
but
with you dudes. I never expected the Helix to even have a disk drive personally. Like I never thought about it with a disk drive because that it's a
Yeah, I figured they would be the first ones I would expect to go digital.
that is also a console. And I thought if they did have a disk drive, it would only be for the Xbox One, Series X, original Xbox games, like back.
Yeah.
I
That would
didn't.
be odd. Who are you gonna convince?
I mean,
to
No,
purchase.
man,
It'll be like you're talking about 5% of gamers that are going to go buy that drive specifically to do the digitizing on their series or whatever, the Helix or whatever it's going to be.
but look
Like,
at the
think it's
sales
worth
of
I'm
the-
just like, how are you gonna
R&D.
make physical? You're gonna make physical PC games now? Like I just didn't understand because
What do
my
you mean
mind-
PC.
because I think
No.
the Helix is going to be a PC that's going to essentially. I
Then
don't.
it would
I
just
don't
be
think
digital.
that-
It'd be digital only.
The Helix is going to be exactly what the Steam Deck is, the Steam machine is. You'll be able to
It's a
switch over
PC.
to your fucking desktop.
Oh, you
Yeah,
think
but
it's close,
but
so you think it's
it's
gonna
also a console. Yeah, you're
Okay.
switching over to Xbox mode, and you're playing. You're gonna see
Yeah,
your
because that's why they
Xbox
brought
setup.
that on the Windows. They made that Xbox mode
Yeah.
But on the
recently on
Windows,
Windows.
It's right there. It's already there. They're already showing
Oh,
you
it's
what you're
definitely
gonna
gonna
do.
be
with it.
Windows. It's
But
Microsoft.
well, I'm
It has to be
confused, though.
Windows.
So you think it's not going to be essentially PC software that is just kind of one connected thing?
No,
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 no.
no, not at all.
Respectfully, no.
Nope.
I mean,
It's going to be a locked
it-
off.
So
There's going to
there
be a
will
locked
still be a
off
Helix
Xbox
version.
mode, and then a PC mode. That's what I think is going to happen.
So
But
you- oh,
technically-
Yeah, I
makes
would agree
sense
with
to
that.
me.
I would
so you
agree
feel
with
it's
that.
still a Helix version of a game. You get what I'm saying? Like there's
Hmm?
still a Helix version of the game.
I think
It's
it'll
still
just be the PC version of the
I
game.
think
honestly.
Robert. I
Well, then I
didn't
wait,
think
wait,
about
wait,
it, but
I think it will be a Helix version. I think it will be
Oh, really?
Helix. Yeah, that's what I think. I could be wrong, but that's
well,
uh,
here's
the
why.
signs are pointing
Here's
that
why I
way.
don't think that, because basically, even the Xbox Series, it's a Windows 11 operating system. I mean, they change it, make it more console friendly, obviously, but
Yeah.
I still think I think the Xbox Series version obviously is not the same as it's not the same code as a Windows. I don't know though. I don't know. I guess I
And
never
the
thought
GameCube
about
was
this.
a power PC, but it wasn't running no damn Mac OS.
I know, but
yeah,
it obviously
I
doesn't
just-
have.
I expected this to be essentially like you're almost like running not the Windows Store literally, but like it's like Xbox Store, but it's just that's a PC software.
It's like a variation.
And so I figured I'm like, well, they're definitely not.
It's going to be different in some regards because it's not going to have. I wouldn't imagine going to have graphical settings and stuff like a PC game.
Well, and also when it comes to physical, again, like who's the first one out of like you now it's like Sony, but like the first person that was like talking no physicals, it was.
I was thinking Xbox. I was definitely thinking Xbox.
They didn't print first party games for till afterwards. Like,
well, honestly,
crazy.
they don't even. I don't even know if they have a first party Series X game that's on the disc. I mean, they got
on the but let alone just a disc, like a physical copy. Like remember for a while, like Psychonauts 2 was afterwards. You had other ones that were like afterwards. That you're like weird. Why are they not just putting out a physical?
Well,
copy,
Hellblade 2 never got. I don't think ever got one.
Hellblade 2 until later on.
No,
I think they did.
it was later.
But anyway, I got this information queued up for the start of this discussion because I think it's important.
No, go for it.
82%. What do you think that number represents? And it's not what Sony said.
Yeah, that's what my video's about.
Approximately 82% of PS5 sales were the disc version.
Yeah.
Someone brought that up.
Yeah.
I had not thought about that once in like the last
I was gonna
2
say
weeks.
I appreciated T's latest video because he kind of went into the whole that whole argument that people are buying digital more.
Did you bring up the disc version sells more to you? I think you might have brought that up. That might have been the first person.
I don't think I hammered it.
I don't think you had the
bit.
percentage, but I think you said that the disc version outsold.
The
82% of PS5 sales was the disc version.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's crazy to me that it's that high.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not. It's not.
I guess I'm a little surprised. I thought maybe 60s.
I am a little surprised, to be honest with you. That is surprised it's that high. Are people just worried about maybe just the option, or
plus PS4 because it was a lot of PS4 games.
Maybe use there for some of them might still be using it as a Blu-ray player. We're gonna be real about it for those who still have it.
But I think it was the PS4 backwards compatibility probably was the biggest.
That would have helped too. Yeah, the PS4 would have definitely been a part of it too.
So with that in mind,
especially considering what the first couple of years have been cross-gen like a motherfucker.
Yeah, because the Insomniac leaks mentioned like Spider-Man. That was PS4, so they went back to PS4 with some of that stuff.
Well, yeah.
Well, yeah. I mean, that one with the Insomniac leak again. That was my big thing. Is that like we always are so. And it's the companies, man. They want us to believe that, oh yeah, no, digital is it's just the way. It's just a few, and that's fact what it is. But in the end of the day, the Insomniac leak has stated that the first party titles were half or even more than half first party wise physical. That's not a maybe. That's a fact.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, what? So you want to get rid of all that?
I think objectively, the only reason why this is coming up the way it's coming up is due to something I heard recently, and I'm curious if I think if T specifically would agree with this that. Okay, so I guess the first question I have is, obviously we had the original gaming crash, the whole Nintendo kind of pulled us out of it back in like the 80s.
Mm-hmm.
I would argue, and some people would argue, we had a second crash in like the late 2000s, going in like 2008, 2009, and
I would agree.
and a lot of people think this is just another band-aid from Sony because they never were able to recover properly from that.
They can't get out of their
Like how we
cycle of
lost
high budget
like how
games.
we lost the manuals on for discs and shit. And Xbox did that weird thing where they cut out parts of the plastic in the cases. So them bitches were flimsy as fuck.
Even cheaper.
And Sony has already talked about it. Multiple companies have talked about ballooning budgets. People can't afford to fucking make these games in a timely manner. And people are like, well, hey, if I ain't gotta release any type of physical media, that would and I would get more of the profits because then I wouldn't have to share it with these stores that I'm sending it out to.
Oh yeah, I mean, obviously it's all about just the money.
Well,
but
they did say they're still gonna sell digital cards in stores, which would be.
I
mean, if they do it,
that's the point of that.
If they like literally do it, I would go to Best Buy and buy the game just to. If I was like, I have to buy this game, I have to play this game. I'm gonna buy it from Best Buy if that's an option. So that's they don't.
Hold on. What is the point? Nobody's really touching on this. What is the point of taking away physical media from retail stores? What is the point of that?
Money.
Make
so they wouldn't have to pay them.
Well, it's all money.
Yeah. So if they're gonna still put a fucking code in the box, aren't they still having to ship those boxes?
That's what I was thinking.
No, they said.
I don't believe the code in the box.
I think.
For retail space.
I think I always took it as the little cards you buy right now. You can go buy like a digital. It's like a.
Oh, you took it that way.
That's how I took it.
I thought they just meant like an actual box with the code.
Like a gift card, basically. You go, it's got a little cardboard. It's got a.
Like what Fortnite does. Because right now you can buy Fortnite and Fortnite on as a box with a fucking code in it.
With a code.
But even that, you still have to cut a retailer.
That defeats the purpose. That defeats the purpose. Other than
agree
exactly. So there won't be any of that. Like, I don't think. I mean, what will be the point if you still did that?
No,
you still had a code in the box.
They did say they were going to do that.
Third parties might do that.
Retailers.
I think third parties might do that. I don't.
I thought they meant a little card that you're going to buy with like the digital code.
But that would make more sense to me.
The reason they're doing that is because we think it's
I know. They are saying they're gonna. Somebody's gonna do it. But what I'm saying is, isn't that defeating the purpose? Like you might as well just sell a fucking game at that point because you're still shipping items to a store and taking retail space and having to pay for that retail space.
And
I don't understand.
Well, here's my question. Sony is the manufacturer of Blu-ray discs.
Well, they're partly owned. They own the Blu-ray Association. They're part owner with like Panasonic.
Yeah, they're part owner with it.
So I guess my question is, wouldn't that be hurting your own profits to cut out that and also? Unless they're saying they're losing money from making.
Well, what I want to know, which no one in gaming cares about, is
Blu-rays cost pennies.
Are people gonna stop manufacturing Blu-ray discs? Like, is that an inevitable sign of the?
That was my question. That was what I was gonna ask because
that's what I'm worried about.
Because would that? I mean, obviously the movie thing.
The sucky thing about movies,
I don't see that. Oh, go ahead.
For me, at least with the games, you download the full game. With movies, your only option is streaming at a lower quality. I mean, even though Disney Plus has gotten really good now, but not
still ain't good enough.
It's not as good as the disc. And then the other option is like spend $3,000 on a Kaleidoscape player, and then you have to pay $10,000 for a 24 gigabyte or terabyte storage. But they have
that's one thing you definitely can't do is pay for storage.
That's the only way to download a movie full quality and then be able to watch it without compression and stuff. So at least I guess the one silver lining for gaming for me versus movies is that at least you just download the full game. You don't have to stream it and see like artifacts and compression and stuttering and stuff. But yeah. It just doesn't make sense, and I'm just really wondering. They announced it early.
The whole announcement was wild
to put it out there
because you had the 500 movies removal thing happen. Then GTA announced that they're just a code in a box, and then right after that, oh by the way, we're not making discs anymore. And I'm like
what the fuck?
What the fuck is going on? Why
especially after the movies thing? What you mean?
The movie thing was wild to me. So you're telling me that you want me to now have to commit to an all digital future, and you just prove the problem with an all digital future by taking. It's actually the same thing Juice was
Well,
talking about
isn't
with
the
the
movie thing a
Microsoft
stream?
thing.
Isn't the movie thing a streaming thing though?
It's a licensing thing.
Yeah, but you
No, but
stream
they-
the movie. You're not
Yeah,
down.
but
You
you're
don't
still
download the movie.
purchasing. You still
No,
purchase
I
the
thought you-
movie.
Yeah, no, but
you
it's
still-
Yeah.
it's
The-
it's a little
I actually
different.
don't know if it's downloaded. That I don't know.
I
I'm
think
not,
it's
I'm
just
not, I don't.
it's a it'd be like
I'm
it's
not
like
sure.
it'd be like if Fandango at home or Movies Anywhere lost the license or rights to Studio Canal, then those movies would be unavailable too. I think that could affect. I wouldn't expect iTunes.
I don't know how they.
But yeah,
I don't know how they don't get sued for that.
I will
shit.
say,
Um,
like, just to play
Yeah,
devil's
especially with no
advocate,
refund or anything.
that's happened before with movies. Like I said, the music thing happened with Windows years ago. I was trying to think of. I came up with two or one actually games that this has happened to, where the game just isn't playable anymore. Other than obviously Concord, within 2 weeks they said screw it, we're done. Is this like what? I know one game. Can you guys think of any a game that this has happened to yet, like so far?
Well, I know that happened with the Crew.
Yeah, that's the
It
one.
was, it was the Crew.
But
that was the. Especially 'cause it was online only.
And that
you know?
actually the
Right.
disc version don't work either. So
No, because
that-
it's online only.
yeah,
It's online only.
but
Any game that is online only technically is going to be a
devil's
temporary
advocate.
thing.
What I'm trying to say is this: it's not like what's the word I'm looking for? Where it happens a lot.
Concord.
It's not like this is a problem that's happening where games are just going away. I mean, yeah, some online only games have gone away, but I know you're thinking in the future, 20 years from now, yeah, there'll probably be lots, especially ones with like licensed music and stuff. But I would, like I said, just thinking about it in the last 2
No,
weeks.
there are tons of games that. And that's another thing about all digital. There's tons of. I don't know if I mentioned this in my video or not, but there's tons of games that just get fucking delisted, that just get taken off of digital storefronts.
Yeah.
And they're gone. So you
Yeah.
have no option when that happens. When we're in all digital future, they could just get rid of fucking
What if-
games
I
forever,
think what was it?
and
Is
you will
it's
never
either-
see them again.
I think Sega or Ubisoft would do that shit where like they would come out with a remake of a game, and so you couldn't
Mhm.
buy the original
Came
anymore.
by the original, yeah, that happened
Yeah.
a decent
That's
amount.
true.
Yeah. I'm thinking. I don't know if they restocked them or whatever, but remember, there was a mad dash for DuckTales, DuckTales remastered.
That
got
was me,
pulled
man.
from
I ended
digital.
up getting the.
What if
physical
you
'cause I
had it
was like, that's
downloaded though?
stupid.
Would it affect if you already had it on your system?
No, if you had it downloaded, I think
If
it
you
would
have it, you
fine.
can re-download it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
you
the
can
idea is
re-download
just
it.
again
How
preservation.
long?
like,
Yeah.
For
the
how long
idea
did
is-
you
The
re-download?
fact
At
that
some
the fact
point-
that people can't get it anymore, yeah.
Yeah, at
and the
some
idea
point.
is preservation. The idea that's like literally, it's like again, if you didn't buy it, oh well, sucks for you weren't there during the time, so you just can't
Yeah,
play it
and
anymore.
I'm thinking
Like,
of all those Activision Spider-Man games. That's why they're so fucking expensive. Deadpool's one. The Transformer games, the Transformer game that
All those licensed ones.
Talking about Platinum
What was
Games,
the-
man.
Yeah,
Some
well,
of the
again,
PlayStation
those are all
Platinum
licensed.
games
Cruise and
gone.
Blast. I didn't notice Cruise and Blast got delisted.
Cruise and Blast
Yeah,
recently
it
got
got- yeah.
some.
They
I'm
got
glad I bought
delisted on the
5 copies of that
Switch.
shit. I got 5
Yeah.
copies of that game.
I got a copy of it. I bought that game, so I'm glad. But again,
So-
it's like that's
A lot-
shit. That's like again, if we're talking
That probably
all
has
digital
licensed music
future,
in it. Does that have licensed music in it?
Probably. Probably has licensed
Probably.
You're talking Deadpool, we're talking Spider-Man. Those are all licensed. They probably that's going to be the problem.
course,
Anything
but-
licensed,
but-
it's going to be.
But what are some of the?
That doesn't
there's
really
so many
fix-
games that you have licenses. and stuff.
Exactly.
There's so many damn games, and the problem is that again, in an all digital future, no option of physicals, like these games would just be
Oh, yeah.
lost to time.
That's a big one, Ayers. Def Jam Fight for New York. That game is fucking expensive physically everywhere. $150 plus. If you don't have that bitch already, I do. But if you don't have that shit already, good luck. Because it's a fantastic game. But
And if
you
you're
ain't gonna
just
be able to find that
talking,
bitch online digitally.
And if we're talking, eventually Nintendo shuts down Switch stores or whatever, like imagine the digital only stuff. I like Good Job. No future people could play Good Job or stuff like that. Like, dang.
Yeah.
Even talking about first party, people that will happen. The Vita and PS3 stores are about to shut down. So
irony-
imagine if those were digital only. All the the original Uncharted, the Ratchet and Clanks on there, they'd all be gone. And you can say, well, okay, we have physicals, yes, but what about the PS6? If that means that first party lineup will eventually be gone if you weren't there at the time.
Yeah.
and that sucks, bro.
I
What
think the
the
crazy
fuck?
thing is I would argue that if any of the three companies was the most justified in going digital, it would probably be Nintendo, just purely because of how much they spend on the cartridge, the
Well, they
cartridges.
spend a lot on the cart, but that's why
Especially-
that's
Right.
why they have the price high for.
That's
for
why they
Yeah, the
upcharging them
price
bitches.
But if you want to talk
Which
about a
again,
company
my
that,
thing is
that
this.
get-
Okay. If you're gonna do that, why wouldn't you first attempt that? Like,
Yeah.
put the physical higher. There will be an audience that will give you
Dude,
more money. What the
I've been
fuck is
saying
wrong
that
with
for
you?
fucking
Yeah.
forever. We've done this. This is not anything. We've already done it on Super Nintendo when the games had more. You needed more ROM on those cards. Those fucking games were more expensive, right? On N64, definitely more expensive than the PlayStation 2 or PlayStation 1 counterpart. Those games were more expensive because it took more to make those, right? So we've already done this. Why are we so afraid? Put the fucking game out. People will buy it.
Try it. Yeah,
Well,
try
the
it.
Switch tax.
try it
the Switch
first.
tax when it was
is-
like $10 more on Switch
my question
One?
is
Yeah.
this:
They could slowly wean people off by pricing some people out of physical and and they
Yeah.
might just naturally go to
But here's my
digital, and then you
question,
got less people.
and maybe
when
maybe I'm
switches.
wrong. Are you? Is it
Retailers
so?
are going to
Did,
try to price match as long as they can, though, because they
did
want people
Sony
to
and
keep coming
Microsoft
in their
never
stores.
offer that on the store where like the digital was cheaper than the physical?
No,
Am I
what?
like?
Never.
This is a new thing for that's why
This,
I'm impressed with
this is a Nintendo thing. No one's ever
man.
done this shit.
No one's done that.
I've been
ever.
complaining about this shit for 10 years.
That's
Why isn't a
wild.
digital version cheaper? Why isn't a digital version cheaper? You're saving money. You're not shipping it to a store. You have to deal with those costs. You don't pay in retail. It should be cheaper, but it's not. Why not?
That's like
And
one of the most
Nintendo
pro-consumer
was the first one to do it. Yes.
You
It's
know
literally
what?
one of the most
That's-
pro-consumer things they've ever done, and no one's
Yeah.
talking about it. Like no one's actually addressed it to Sony or Microsoft.
Not
Like, why
enough.
aren't
And I think,
It's so
I
weird.
mean,
Nick,
obviously,
remember because the narrative changed. Remember, people acted like Nintendo was doing it to take advantage of justifying upcharging their games, so people didn't think about
No,
it in the
but also, I
context of
don't
that.
think but also I don't even think people know about it. There's a lot of people that of the people that just talk it, they don't actually know they didn't know it's a thing.
Yeah, they
So
don't know. We
Yeah, they
know
wouldn't
about.
know until then.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Nintendo doesn't
And I think-
advertise it as a feature either.
at first
they
I
don't
was
advertise it.
skeptical. Now I'm for sure that it's $10 more for the physical. It's not.
I do think so too, personally, but
Yeah, but you know what? I don't care. I'm okay with it because you're putting out a physical product that obviously costs you $15 to
Yeah.
$18 to make. I get it.
apparently It's literally like the Switch one was like 12 to 14, and then the Switch 2 is even more apparently expensive, which I didn't know.
Yeah,
that.
it
Yeah.
is.
So you think I ain't gonna lie, when you actually put it down, like you're selling for the game for $70, you have to cut $18 out, plus then you have to
Yeah.
cut the stores out. It is pretty pricey to put it on a Switch 2 card.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah,
That's why I say
Yes.
if any company was justified in doing it, I would have. Nintendo would have been probably the most justified.
Yeah.
And,
But
just
what
off,
I was
just off
saying
the
this on the
price.
Switch.
Okay,
Remember the Switch tax? I was saying this shit on the Switch. I was like, yeah, I'm gonna pay more because I want that cartridge. I want it all on the cart. I'm fine with paying more. So
you know what they did? They
fucking put
they
it out.
gave the
People will buy
option,
it.
man. They got the option now. It's out there. The option is
Yeah.
out there. You could buy the physical. It's just $10 more, and whether that's more appealing to you or not, it depends on you. But in the end of the day, it gives an incentive for both, really, where it's like, hey,
Right.
my thing is like you still have a very core fan base that loves physical, and especially for Nintendo, they actually still sell like more physical, by quite when it comes to first party. But it's like
Do they though with these cooked ass numbers? I don't know. It may not be as crazy as it looked before. It may not be such a disparity they're trying to make it to be.
So here's an example of a person who would pay more for physical. So this year, I paid $44.50 for Avatar Fire and Ash 3D, not even the 4K.
Mm-hmm.
Where's the other one?
still
Mario
haven't
Super
gotten
Mario
that.
Galaxy movie, $40 for one movie.
Mm-hmm.
K-pop Demon Hunters at this point, 52. I'm hoping they're gonna drop the price by the time it gets a release date, because they already dropped me on a couple other. If you pre-order and the price goes down.
Okay, yeah, for sure.
But I told you, Robert, they put out a physical. I'm buying it.
Yeah.
Would they
Pretty-
put that shit in a
Kept your
store
word, you kept
at
your
that
word.
price if nobody was buying it?
Which
Well,
I'm,
No. Would they put that in the store at that price if nobody was buying it?
yeah. Well, I
Yeah,
mean,
sure.
Amazon, you can't get them in stores anymore. But
Well, I'm just saying, would they put that physical copy out there if nobody was buying it
I
at
mean,
that price?
somebody has to be buying them because there's still
Somebody's
sales.
buying it, right?
Mario Galaxy did well. Now Project Hail Mary's coming out. It's only $30, thank God.
Yeah, I got some movies to buy. Goddammit.
Well,
Obsession's
but that's my
probably
thing.
gonna
Is that
come out.
like I know a lot of people think physical. Literally, the only medium that is trying to get rid of physical is video games. It's the
Yes,
only
please.
Well,
one.
music.
Can we fix this narrative of
only
that? Oh,
one.
everybody's digital. No, there's new movies come out all the time physically.
There's new
All
vinyls.
the time.
Vinyls is a big in there. They
Yeah,
still
but
have
it's like,
CDs.
I mean,
They
yeah,
are Blu-rays.
CDs are still
TV
made.
series.
No one buys them, but
TV shows come out physically.
What do you mean no one
TV
buys
shows
them,
that
bro?
stream on
Vinyl-
Netflix
vinyl's
come out
doing well.
physically.
Vinyl's doing well. I don't know about CDs, but
But if they
No,
didn't
there's
sell,
a-
why would they be printing them out? They still sell to somebody.
Because it
There's
probably
a
costs.
13-year high in physical media sales. That 13-year it hasn't sold as well since 2013. There's an
Because people
uptick
are
happening.
realizing. But I mean, the music industry had to completely adjust to the digital at its peak.
Yeah.
I mean,
Also,
it completely
for
changed.
music wise, let's be for real here.
Yeah,
Would
the
they
iPods
rather
changed everything.
sell 1,000,000 copies or have the album streamed 1,000,000 times? They would rather sell 1,000,000 copies.
Yeah.
Like that's no brainer. Like they make way
Yeah,
more
what
money.
streaming
way
ain't
more
doing
money
shit
with
for
the
you.
Yeah, I don't even know
physical
how
than-
they we were talking a while ago about,
Ads.
you know, I was talking about what I thought was Eminem's peak, and you guys, well, he still gets all these. He gets 200 million,
from streaming and stuff.
and
but-
I'm
but
like,
the
yeah,
thing
but
is with
he was
streaming,
selling 20, 30 million, probably even more of one album back in the day, like that, you know. But
Yeah,
then
he went diamond.
I feel like,
Nowadays, I mean,
went diamond a couple
nowadays you don't
times.
really be selling.
but then
physical
the
albums
album,
like
then the album companies or the record labels got 90-something% of the physical sales, and the artists made their money off tours, and
crazy.
so
Yeah.
the record companies made money off the cassettes and discs and albums, and then the like some of like the Backstreet Boys were like they had like
Charging you
$100,000.
extra studio time.
They sold
and shit.
20 million records, and they only had each of them had about $100,000 in their bank accounts because they, you know, the studio, they didn't get any money from that. Plus their manager completely was stealing money from. But anyway,
Like,
Bro,
you
what I'm
have to
saying is,
charge
like,
me separately for studio time, bitch. You are a fucking music studio, and you're charging me, your artist, for studio time. Fuck you.
there were some
So
shady
you're saying
deals.
I can go somewhere else? I can go somewhere else and make my album, and you won't charge me for studio time?
Yeah, they
'Cause
would
I'll
give
do
these
that,
artists
bitch.
like $1 million, and then they would send them a bill
Yeah.
for all their studio time, all the money,
It's
all
ridiculous.
the food. It's like,
filthy.
But
bro,
anyway.
what I'm saying is like there's still an audience for all these. It's
Yeah.
only the gaming industry that is like, yeah, no, it's all digital. Like,
so what do you guys think? Do you think there's gonna be? I mean, there's a lot of noise, but a lot of noise is just in the algorithm. If you're following that stuff, you're
I
gonna
don't
see it a
know,
lot.
man.
But I've seen a lot of big
think the
name
worst-
people.
I think the worst thing that happened, and someone
it's
pointed
been
out to
mainstream
me,
media. This one, this shit is
it did make mainstream media. The worst thing that happened recently, though,
That's what I
is
think's
with
different.
with all this talk about how people want their discs and shit, and then I think Sony announced that like their PlayStation, what was it, Call of Duty Black Ops was coming to the.
I think people are saying that, and I think that's wrong. It's not a. My thing
Yeah.
is this: in the end of the day, this is not about. I don't want this debate to be digital versus physical, which is like it's about options.
That shouldn't be it.
At the end of
Yeah,
the
it
day,
shouldn't be.
versus.
people could gladly play Black Ops 1 and like they could buy digital. I'm not against people buying digital and enjoy. It's
Not
not
at
about
all.
stopping that. It's about having the option. And I think people are like, oh, look, this selling digital. I'm like, let it sell digital. It's fine. That's not what it's supposed to be. It's about
Yeah.
having the option of having also a physical, which by the way, there's already you can still buy fucking the Xbox 360 version and play it on your Series X. Like it's not like
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense. People out here
not the
glazing corporations
they shut
and
something
wanting less
down?
options.
What were you playing
Like,
for the last time? You're like, oh, they're shutting the server down on some game. Wasn't it Call of Duty?
for me, the last no, the Call of Duty servers are still up for
Okay.
even up to Call of Duty 1.
So let me ask
But,
this question then, because
Is
They
Avengers
did shut
still
down
available?
I think
digitally? I don't think it is.
360 Halo services. That might be what you're
okay,
thinking,
yep,
360.
that's what it was.
I
All
wanna
right,
check.
so
I want to see if the Avengers is still up.
is getting a disc like Indiana Jones with 20 gigabytes of the game of 100 and something gigabytes, is that a good enough physical release for you to if that's how
Absolutely.
physical continues?
For me,
You could
absolutely.
you could have used game keycard. I think would have been a more interesting.
I think even game
comparison.
like you could have no doubt. In the end of the day, this I know it's all about like the preference for you, but it's about if you remove digital, you remove again renting. You remove used games. You shut down small businesses. You price out
And GameStop.
up and coming gamers. Up and coming. If you would have priced me out, I would not have been able to become a big gamer. I if I didn't have GameFly. It doesn't matter what the fuck is on the disc at this point. It's about just having the option because you're going to kill a large portion of the up and coming gaming industry. It's going to be done. That's what it is.
Yeah,
So it's
I will
not about
say
preferring what you want on the disc at this point. It's about fucking 7-year-old Tommy can't afford the fucking game for the next one.
That's
And
true,
even
but it
30-year-old
also,
Tommy needs
if
to
the
rent
game's not
at the
on the disc,
library, and he can't anymore.
wouldn't it just be just as susceptible of it getting delisted if you only have you don't have the game on the disc in the future?
We
Isn't
don't know.
that problem still there?
Technically we don't know at this point. I know people say that, but we actually don't really know. We don't
I think
really know
that's
about
still. I think that's its biggest negative at the.
no,
Personally,
absolutely. That would be the biggest negative. No doubt
personally,
about
if
it.
I have the choice between a new game, so I'm not looking to wait till a price drop. If it's a game I wanted, and I can buy the digital version or I can buy a key disc, I'm probably just gonna buy the digital version. To be honest, for me,
Gotcha.
I get what
And
you're
that's
saying
fine.
though.
You should have the option. You know what I'm saying? That's 100%. You should have the option.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with choice.
There's nothing
But
wrong with
I
that.
don't. I'm not happy about that being like the probably
That being the
future
option.
of
Of
physical.
course, yeah, for sure.
I
for
still,
sure.
other than Avatar, and I bought Madden. Avatar I bought for 35 or 30, and then Madden 25 I bought for like $20. Other than that, to best of my knowledge, I do not own a PS4 or PS5 game that's not at least a playable version fully on the disc. I
Yeah, I
mean,
don't know how many I
Cyberpunk's
have,
not
but-
really playable, I guess. It's
I got
there, but
some.
it's not really playable.
Cyberpunk.
So I am, I
Yeah,
guess,
that
I'm
version-
probably
Whew.
I might be the purest physical as far as my purchases this generation. I have not bought a game key card, and I only have those two game key disc basically with Ubisoft and EA. That's all they've done this generation. They don't put games on discs or the whole game. So I'm really torn because like I ain't gonna lie, like I've been expecting this for movies for the last 2 years. I was expecting it to happen by now, so I'm kind of glad it's still going. So I've been mentally preparing for an all digital, like what I'm gonna do
Yeah.
for no physical movies for like the last 2 years. I don't know if that's helped me.
Is it?
I wasn't like, oh my god, like I haven't felt the doom and I just haven't felt it in my soul, the doom and gloom that I'm seeing from everybody. Personally,
I don't. To
It
be fair, I
sucks,
don't have the
for
doom
sure.
and gloom either. It's more of like indifference because what's gonna I already know what I'm gonna do. I'm just not gonna buy a new
Right.
PlayStation console. That's like that's the reality. I will do.
Well,
I
what-
already was kind of leaning in that direction anyway. I will be a
And-
Switch 2 and PC
I
owner.
would be sad about that had PlayStation made more fucking games I cared about. I would
Yeah,
be. That would
that's
be
the other
that would be
reason.
thing I'm sad about. But I'm not
That's-
because they don't
that's
make
the
fucking
other
games that I
reason.
care about that much.
That's the other reason.
Yeah, like I said
we-
earlier, they're in
for
this
me-
cycle. But go ahead, Robert.
For me, it's tough because obviously you know me. I have some code in the boxes right on PC. I have a code in the box for like I'm not against getting a code in the box every so often, but I don't want a whole library to just be empty box. That doesn't make any sense to me at that point. Like that's where I draw the line for sure. And if the PS6 is just gonna have that, for me it's like I like Sony's first party titles and I still do want to play them, but that probably means I would get a used PS6 6 years when the PS7 is coming out and get some.
Yeah, but you know what? You might get a used PS6, but you're gonna be paying $80 for the fucking first party games because it's still gonna be the same price on that fucking digital store.
I'll use fucking still that the price of entry is way different. But
And
also
the used
but-
PS6 could be in 5 years could be the same price as the brand new one was in 2027.
I know, I get that. I get
Or
that.
you
but
wait
at
till
least
somebody hack the shit out of it and then get what you
Yeah,
want.
you're
Sell the
not-
high
you're not
seas.
wrong. And but at the same time, it's also like even if I'm using like fucking credit card rewards where I'm not really paying it myself, it's like anything like it. At the end of the day, like it's just like it saddens me because I do really like PlayStation and it means just a lot in terms of just the gaming industry as a whole. I really do think it impacts it more than even people think about like I think about just outside like I said outside myself. I'm like, if I was growing up in that in a time, and it's not even about like, oh well, you're an adult. It's like, bro, me and my stepdad both were using GameFly at the time, and to have an idea where we never were able to do that, and so I would have never grown up with any new PlayStation game, is really sad, and it's really devastating for the future of the industry. And I did. It's funny because I always thought that yes, that's gonna happen, right? All digital future is gonna happen. And as that announcement happened, and here we are a few weeks later, I don't believe that actually has to happen. I just think companies are saying that,
Well, it
and
certainly
they
doesn't have to
companies
happen.
want us to say that, but it's like
Yeah.
it doesn't have to happen because again, there are ways around it. And yes, if that means game key disc, fuck it, man. That's still an option. That's at least at the minimum there, and you're still able to have everything function like normal. And yes, 30, 40 years down the road, you might be screwed out of playing that new game. I
Well,
don't know.
this
We
probably
still
will
don't
be
quite know it. But
Well, see,
defective anyway at that point.
I would be more susceptible to digital.
hope
Like,
not.
here's the thing about movies that's different from video games. Like, I can fucking buy, the Avengers and shit on fucking DVD and play that bitch on any fucking DVD player, Blu-ray player I
Mm-hmm.
want to. I'm not stuck to one console. When I download a fucking game on PlayStation 6, I'm stuck to that console. I can't just,
Yeah.
and that's the difference. I think that's the difference that PC guys will say. It's an open platform. I can do whatever the hell I want to do on this platform, and eventually, if you bullshit me too much, I might go to Pirates Bay and get your game and another way if you keep messing with me. And they know they have that option, but console gamers don't have that option. So
Yeah.
that's why there's so much pushback when it comes to like, these next consoles, where you don't see that. You didn't see that with PC because there's so many options. You can take your games anywhere. I can play my game from fucking. I can play Witcher 1 on my Steam Deck
Yeah.
if I want to. I can play that today. That's
Yeah.
not
I
the
don't think
case
you
when it
want.
comes to
Yeah.
consoles. You shouldn't do that. Don't ever do that, by the way. But you could do it, and that's the beauty of PC is that it's open.
Hey man,
So,
I still remember I would bring my laptop. It blew my mind. I brought my laptop playing GTA 5 on a plane, and I'm like, is this
eh,
a good game to be playing on a plane? It's huge. Yeah, I had the huge laptop just killing people. It probably
probably
looked
not.
great. I
I'm
was flying a plane and crashing. I'm like, maybe I shouldn't be playing this.
You don't want to do that. No, you don't want to do that. You got to
But
be
that
real
was the
conscious of what you're playing.
But that is an option with PC. You still have the flexibility
Yeah,
where you could do, even if it is like you have to
right.
buy additional
Even if it's
things. Like
digital,
still a fit,
right?
like you still have that options and stuff. And my thing is just like, yeah, at that point, like I think we definitely talk about it, but it's like if there's always an all digital future, then I'm just not gonna get that console, man. I'm just not gonna get that console. I know Microsoft's still gonna release games on PC, so cool. Sony's first party, maybe they eventually do the
Yeah,
PC route. But
I was gonna say that's another thing because that they're supposedly pulling back from. I don't know if they've ever made a statement themselves, but that's been the talk is that they're gonna pull back from PC. Is that smart at this point when you're turning off so many people to your next console?
Well,
And you
well,
can
that's
you
what
can
we
reach
yeah,
more people on
yeah. I was trying to
PC?
I
share
think
real
the
quick.
problem is, I think part of the problem is so much of the PS5's back catalog is on PC. Is that really going to mean anything? And if
Well,
we
but
know, and if
even if it's not like we're talking
well,
back how we're talking
They
even
can snatch that shit
PS1.
down at any point, anytime they feel like they can snatch
If
that
you're
shit off of
talking
there.
even if you're talking like as a physical person, right? You can still play your PS1, PS2 on a PS3. You can play it on a PS4
Yeah,
and PS4 and PS5 on a PS5. If you can only do PS6 from there on out, it's like okay, it's like you're cap. It's just so strange because to me, this is what I don't get. If the PlayStation 6 is going to cost $1,000 or more, you're pricing out casuals. Anyone who's playing Fortnite and Call
right.
of Duty, all those people are going to stick to PS5 and only stay on PS5 because
Exactly. They're not going anywhere.
those games are not going to improve an insane amount to the like over time. Like they already have the access; it's done. And then you price, and then all of a sudden you say "fuck you" to your core fan base. What? Who's going to buy this console? Like I'm just not
Who's buying this
understanding.
console?
I'm not understanding because it's
A niche elite group of gamers are gonna buy it. That
like
ain't enough
that's
for
what I
the
don't
budget you putting
understand.
out in games. That's not
Like
enough.
you'll have people that again, like maybe only digital guys they'll buy, they don't care, fine. But it's like even them, they probably will still wait years to buy it. So it's going to be like the slowest and smallest install base of all PlayStation history. I just don't see a future where this even surpasses even close to PS3, which was their lowest selling at 80. I just don't see it. And so like you price out casuals and you fuck over your core fan base. Who are you appealing to now? Like what are you doing? And your games, by the way, you only release at this point you're releasing 7 a generation.
Maybe. Yeah.
What are we doing? What are you doing?
I was going to say this earlier. Sorry, I was messaging somebody, so I didn't hear everything you said. But at some point, Naughty Dog's going to be 10-year development cycle on a game. Like if they don't change,
Are they not already? Yeah, it feels like
if they don't change something drastically, not just them, but the gaming industry, that's going to be the inevitable future. I mean, even
entire generation.
Even Tears of the Kingdom was a 6-year, well, probably not full 6 years, but at least I would say a full 5 years probably.
Druckmann's going to Hollywood, and
well, he's already off. He's already off the Last of Us show, so they dropped him.
So, yeah, but he's been hobnobbing. He's been mingling with the Hollywood folks. So he got some contacts now.
So speaking
and I don't think again Sony wants to push these I can't even remember what they're fucking called, these live service games. I think that they're betting on that. They don't want to spend $300 million, $400 million on a fucking game that sells 10 million copies if they're lucky. Mm-hmm. Like I don't think I think they want Fortnite types of shit to be their future. And there's only one Fortnite. There's only one. There's not a lot of these games that hit. So I don't understand.
Even something like Helldivers 2, it hits for you, but it's not the longevity of a Fortnite. Like it's not gonna keep. Like you're gonna make your money and you're gonna have consistent money, but it can't be some astronomical money that
it's not sustainable.
It's impossible. And it's just like, again, like to me, it sucks because I was watching a video from Good Vibes Gaming of like their like top 15 PS2 games that are really unique or whatever that they just released. And you just look at them like, man, none of these games are released nowadays. And I'm like, just go back to like scale down. It does not every single game got to be even within the core like of Naughty Dog. Put 20 developers on the side and tell them, yo, make a platformer, bro. Just make something. We'll give you some money.
I thought that's where Terrell was gonna go when you said the crash in the late 2000s. What specifically? What ranking of games died in that era?
Oh, the double
A games are gone. It was a wrap for them. So that's when you lost Midways and you lost Acclaims and all that shit.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's just unfortunately, to be fair, Sony pigeonholed himself into that also losing those games in general because it all became about the cinematic experience. And that, to me, that was the PS3 era that really kicked that off. Yeah. And then it just got worse and worse. You start losing more and more titles. And it's crazy because it brings up something Robert, I think, posted about how well Rhythm has been sold recently.
Dude, 400,000
for a title, for a fucking glorified. It's crazy that this year has been a bunch of quote unquote casual experiences with fucking Pocopia and fucking Tomodachi Life and fucking Rhythm Heaven. And you out here making almost 1 million, selling 1 million copies a piece on each of these bitches. And you're just like, oh, but this is just a tiny little game. It's called investment.
These tiny little games are outselling these big games. Like, what are you talking? It's like
people be acting like it's crazy that people acting like there was never any money in the cozy game market. Look at this shit. Yeah. Look at this shit, bro. And again, should have said something to y'all.
What's the ROI on that? What's the return on investment? Huge compared to what you put into it.
Exactly.
Like, that's what you should be doing. Hollywood is starting to figure this shit out. They're putting out fucking YouTubers and making all these YouTube movies and it's making lots of money.
According to some people, though, they don't.
They're gonna kill it. They're gonna overdo it, and it's gonna die. That's the problem. They're gonna overdo the shit, saturate it, and then nobody's gonna watch that.
Well, also, I don't think they don't really. I mean, the people who bought Obsession for 13 million, whatever studio bought it.
Well, they weren't expecting it to do.
No, but still. But
I
there's
mean, they ain't mad.
according to I don't know if it was
Like,
Grace
no, of
Randolph,
course not.
somebody was talking. They said that some of Hollywood execs or people in the industry don't like that. That's the thing that's successful because they're putting all
Of course they
200.
don't like it.
Of course
Like
they
you
don't like
think
it.
DC James Gunn's wants to
Yeah,
see
bro,
Obsession.
they want their $200 million budget to hit. You know what I mean? They want
Mhm.
that one to hit.
But it's
They
stupid.
want
Like
Moana slop. That's what they want. That's what they want.
You know
to
what?
Don't bring that
money.
up. Don't
I
bring
did
that up.
not. I did not. Part of me didn't believe that was actually real until obviously I saw the reviews.
Yeah,
Damn.
it looks
So
like
here's
some
how I was reminded that it was a
movie
thing.
trailer.
I was on Twitter and I see this video and I see this freaking crab. I didn't have the volumes up. I was at work, so I turned it up and I'm like, what is this garbage? Is this some Netflix shit or is this AI? Like it's the fucking from the new Moana live
pretty
action,
cool.
not live action CGI movie. And then I see the side by sides and it's like, remember when Zack Snyder got ripped for the muted colors and all his movies and the sepia tones and stuff? Now it's like,
Yep.
that's all you see now. Like,
Yep.
I mean, every movie's kind of dreary now. Hardly any color in movies, but it's like it looks so lifeless. And it's like, if this all Disney had, I would hope they would just go under as a company. But obviously, they have more than that. They have.
Damn.
No, I think it's finally coming to bite them. But I think
Yeah,
you can go
fine.
back to the fucking Lion King. When you had this kind of lifeless looking.
Yeah, they're all
you know,
lifeless, and the
Yeah.
dreary colors.
But Lion King made $1 billion, and
Almost
this
$2
shit
billion.
ain't gonna make
It was almost
almost
$2 billion.
$2 billion.
That's just
Sorry.
stupid to me.
Uh,
I'll never watch it. I'm never gonna watch that game, that movie.
I
Yeah,
watched
I mean,
maybe 20 minutes, and I was like, nah, I can't do this. I'm out.
But it's weird because Lilo and Stitch did hit $1 billion.
Did
which is
it?
And Lilo
fine.
and Stitch hit $1 billion. Yeah. It
But
did.
What is wrong with
Moana is
people?
cracking to
And they were
lose a
gonna
lot
dump
of
that shit on Disney Plus. They weren't even gonna put that shit out. It was just gonna be a Disney Plus movie. And they said, let's give it a try, see what
That's what I'm
happens.
curious. What are they going to learn from a Moana flop? Do they say, well, then people just don't want Moana. We keep going.
They just-
Well, Snow White
To be
didn't
fair,
make them any money. That's
Moana
for
was a
sure.
weird
Wait, Snow White
choice.
didn't make money either, that's
Moana
true.
was a weird choice anyway, because that
It's
movie
only 10
isn't
years
old
old.
enough.
10
Yeah,
years.
it's not,
That's
it's,
it.
it's not old enough to justify live action.
But they were looking at the popularity of it. They don't care. They don't care how old
So
that shit was.
here,
Popular Moana and Moana 2. I mean, 2 just came out. Like, why
Yeah.
are we even doing this?
That's what
First
I'm
of
saying.
all,
Like,
Yeah, that's
the fuck,
strange.
do you think
So
people were
fat.
starving for Moana content?
well, I mean,
Motherfuckers been in the back like, I need another one. Like, it's not.
I thought,
this is Dwayne Johnson. I think Dwayne Johnson pushed this a lot because he's
Yeah.
one of the producers.
Absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I thought the
Dickhead.
Jungle Book one was. I thought it was really good. That was the first one. I was
Oh,
like,
it
man,
was
it's
really
cool
good.
That
seeing
was
this
fine.
animated movie with
Yeah,
the
that's one
live
of my
action and realistic
Yeah.
visuals. But now they're
The Jungle
taking.
Book is 80 years old. That's why that shit works.
Yeah, but now they're taking
There's a lot of
CGI
shit-
animated movies like How to Train Your
Nah,
Dragon, which
yeah.
they don't
Yeah,
look.
they
They don't look like real
CGI.
people, but you're using CGI that looks almost like the third How to Train Your Dragon movie. Some of the shots look like realistic
Real,
backgrounds, and now
yeah.
you're gonna do a. They're already gonna
Yeah.
do the second one, but
It made money. It made money.
Um,
Made
So
money, but hey, you know what? I stay by principle. I have not watched any other of those remakes in years.
the only
and
thing
and
I watched Beauty and the Beast,
I watched Beauty and the
Jungle
Beast.
Book, and The Little
Jungle
Mermaid.
Book.
Those are the only three I've
I-
seen.
Well, I was forced to watch The Little Mermaid. I was not gonna.
I
watch
actually-
I
the
still
movie.
haven't seen.
See,
Little
the thing
Mermaid.
about Little Mermaid, that's probably my favorite Disney classic animated. It's like 80 minutes. They don't let the Ariel and Eric like connect at all in that. So I liked in the live action that there was like an extra 20, 30 minutes of them together. Like, oh, okay, that they could
Sure.
actually maybe somewhat more believable fall in love if it wasn't in 5 minutes. Now it's in 30 minutes,
Yeah.
So something like that.
But she's black. if you get that reference, put it in the chat. If you get that reference,
Also, I
that's
mean,
just-
and again, I guess you could say if for some Little Mermaid again, way older compared to something like Moana.
Yeah.
And it is hand
yeah, Little Mermaid is old. It's
But
old.
and in
still.
Hollywood too, like the Mario Galaxy movie. Watch the opening credits. I don't know if probably other people have noticed. There's only 2 producers total in the entire credits. Miyamoto and whoever the head of Illumination, I forget his name.
Chris Meledandri.
Yeah, there's 2 producers. There's not another producer, executive producer listed. Maybe in the scrolling text there's some, but I didn't see them. And I'm like, that's why the movie was $90 million to make, and that's why all these other movies are 200 million, because look at how many executive producers there are on almost every movie now. All these you got 3 or 4 production studios, companies, whatever. You got 10, 12 executive producers, you got 20 regular producers, and it's like, talk about like bloated bullshit. And that's getting back to gaming. Like Naughty Dog, there's no way that they're gonna make their money back on Intergalactic. Like they'd have to sell probably, who knows, maybe 10 million copies would get you even, but to like make a really good profit,
I mean,
probably
digital only, I guess, maybe
20, 30
only.
million. That game's not gonna sell that many. Like
No.
even The Last of Us Part 2 sold 10 million. I know that one was controversial, but I mean it was, I don't know what the first one sold, maybe 20. And
would have made a better movie, Neil Druckmann, Hollywood Neil.
I will say I'm replaying The Last of Us Part 2, and Robert, did you watch season 2 yet?
Still have to watch it now.
So I watched the scene where they takes her to the museum, and that's in the show.
Oh, it is, okay.
And you want to talk about, Disney movies kind of lifeless. It wasn't lifeless, but it totally just did not capture that moment when she puts the headphones on and the helmet.
I love that.
The
So
launch. I just watched. I just got to that part. Like, yeah, in the show it was cool, I guess, but knowing what it was, what it actually was, and her seeing the dinosaurs, it's just like animation. Like, there's so much more energy and emotion in a voice acting performance versus some actors, just kind of like being like what real people would probably be. It's less visually intriguing. It's less exciting to watch, and it just doesn't. It's the same dialogue in some instances. It's the same shots, but it doesn't hit the same. But maybe if you watch the show first and then you played the game, you'd be like, I like the show better. But who knows?
That'd be crazy because there's at least gameplay involved. You're still doing stuff.
I just meant that moment or something for somebody. But
just that moment.
But we've been shitting on Microsoft. We've been shitting on Sony. I think it is high time that we glaze and and give Nintendo their flowers, because god damn,
that's what I was saying. Ever since the Wii,
they're gonna fuck around and make me buy a game key card. They keep playing like this.
My thing
you're gonna do it. You're gonna do it. I guarantee you're gonna eventually cave on it, because I caved.
Changed the whole trajectory after the GameCube. Like, they literally perfected the formula of what you're supposed to do and not chase these crazy budget. Not like I mean, and they stuck to it. Iwata passed, but they still stuck with it. We're
while everybody was laughing at them, while the entire industry was pointing and laughing. What? It's two GameCubes together.
The problem is that
nobody's
Nintendo is getting. Now Nintendo has been getting its props, but it's been like almost begrudgingly. If you've seen some of the the commentary,
it's begrudging.
When Nintendo of all people is the good guy, something's wrong. And I'm like,
I saw.
And I was just like, listen, I understand that they've done some shitty things. But to sit there and make it sound like they were the worst of the three before this news is insane.
I never get that energy.
Well, these are the same people that don't play Nintendo, so they think that every game is actually $80. Like, they actually truly believe that every
people
game
keep acting
like Juice's friend, the one that watches Linus Tech Tips on shit all the time.
Yeah, he doesn't talk about him anymore.
Bro, I saw a YouTube short now saying, fucking GTA is gonna be, before GTA's price was real, they were like, GTA is gonna be $80. Thanks, Nintendo. And I'm just like, you think it was Nintendo? Yeah. See, you already knew. You already knew.
That little ass.
They always do this goofy shit that because Nintendo was first, you think Rockstar wasn't gonna charge $80 for that bitch.
Right.
People were expecting that bitch to be $100, which I mean they were right. Exactly. But that's not the fucking point. Like,
and it kind of is, by the way. I was just gonna put it out there. It kind of is 100. But anyway.
Yeah, but like we create narratives. We want to keep creating this goofy fucking narrative that like when you got Nintendo looking like the good guy, that's when you fucked up. And I'm just like,
what?
Listen, I understand people have issues with their legal team and their fucking IP protection.
That's so strange to me. That's all it is. They treat their employees right. They haven't laid off anybody. I'm like, bro, what are we talking about? These guys are the best. Not even it's like not even close right now.
But they don't they're so mad it's them. They'd rather it be the company they like.
'Cause
They
it's
don't want
like,
to be Nintendo.
I owe
They
Nintendo
all shut down
apology.
fan games. I'm like, yeah, and they let people
Yeah,
work.
that's the
I
juice.
don't
I
That's
was
know.
wrong
exactly
about
it.
the Switch too. I owe Nintendo apology. Like, yeah, when you look at the 450, now it will be 500 versus the Steam Deck pricing versus the ROG
That you
Allies,
can't buy still.
and it's like, I pointed out to the guy at work. You brought him up. I'm like, hey, Linus, he was talking about the Switch 2 price was too expensive. It looks even like a better deal now that everything
And you're
else has
just like,
gone up. He
compared
didn't
to
say a
what?
word. He just looked at me.
Bro, this guy just doesn't listen to you and he walks away.
Yeah, he does not engage in stuff like that. But if he wants to talk about, so for him, AMD is the victim and Nvidia is the big bad villain that needs to go down.
Okay.
So if AMD or if Nvidia does something, he'll talk for 30 minutes, and I always reply and always engage. And then I'll say one thing like that, and I can't even get a reply out of. Like I'm gonna stop trying to talk to him, to be honest, because it's a little frustrating.
Hey, man, my man got.
Because I was
my
like,
man
I was
got
like, yo,
bummed
you remember
out,
when
like,
you
the
said
fuck?
Steam Deck Switch 2 price or Switch 2 would be hurt by the Steam Deck and it wouldn't sell? And that I said, yeah, they hit 20 million fastest
What
ever.
planet do you live on?
Not a word. Not a word. I was like, you remember how I told you that even if it's the same power or just barely above Steam Deck, the games are going to run and look better because they're optimized for the system and be able to take full advantage and the DLSS. And it's just like barely a reply. So
Actually, by the way, I just looked. Are they not selling the Steam Deck LCD anymore?
no,
Because
it's
all I
gone.
see on this
they
big.
got rid of that bitch. That bitch gone.
Okay, just
Yeah.
because all
I
I
was
see
gonna
is the
say,
OLED.
I thought they were back in stock. Yeah, the OLED should be back in stock.
Yeah, the OLED is. I was just like,
Yeah.
which is another point of contention. You're fucking. You want to talk about the pricing and like, okay, cool, $500 for the Switch 2. The Switch 2's biggest comparator would have been the Steam Deck, which is now almost $300 more, and that's just for the 512 gigabyte version OLED edition.
And why is it Steam Deck that much? I mean, I love my Steam Deck. Why is it that much? Why is it that close to like a ROG Ally when it's so underpowered compared to that?
Well,
Like,
think
why
about
is it?
this.
It shouldn't even be in the same ballpark.
The terabyte OLED is $949, which is only a little bit cheaper than the upcoming Steam machine. And my brain goes, why are you that close for hardware? The Steam Deck is how old at this point? Fucking
2022.
what was it?
Yeah, that is weird. That is
For
weird.
4-year-old hardware, why are you this close to your brand new Steam machine that comes out like, is it this year or next year?
Because it has an OLED
It's already
screen on
come
it,
out.
man.
Man, fuck
Yeah, Steam,
you.
the Steam machine's out.
Steam machine's out. Yeah.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, people have it.
Yeah, it's out. People
Oh,
have it.
okay.
I've seen videos.
Someone had a random like weird defect, like a red ring of death. Sort of. Did you see that the red line of death or whatever?
Oh, I didn't see that.
then it
Oh
started
no,
working.
that's a joke. No,
but then it started
way.
like working right after again. It's very much a PC type issue, but it is funny.
Yeah.
But that is
I mean,
pretty
you're
funny.
really adopter of a new device. That's gonna happen. You're gonna have some
But
weird
that was
shit
pretty
happen.
funny though.
But yeah,
the red line.
yeah,
of
my
death.
overarching point is that like your biggest competition, the biggest competition to the Switch, which is why I think I said in my video, I was like, even if PlayStation wants to go the hybrid route, which is the rumor I've been hearing, your two biggest competitions are both under $1,000, and I don't think PS6 is gonna be under $1,000. I'm pretty confident that bitch is gonna be like 1,000 and something at least.
Yeah, it's gonna be
Yeah, you think it's gonna make it-
$999.99, which is gonna be $1,100.
And if I'm gonna pay for a hybrid system, why the fuck would I spend that much?
No,
Most people
even
aren't
if-
even able to afford it.
Well, my thing, it's not even a hybrid because you still have to buy a console and then handheld.
Who is
by
it
itself.
for?
It's not even a hybrid. So
That's the other question. Who the fuck is it for? Because if it's all digital,
It ain't
then-
for PC guys. They don't give a fuck.
they don't even fuck
They
to
got
have
their-
a Steam
they got
Deck and a
PC.
Steam machine.
Right. They can turn their PC into a fucking Steam machine. They don't need that shit.
Yeah, so I'm
Console
like, and it.
There, because they got consoles that are cheaper that have better performance. Like what the
Well,
fuck?
that and also,
Like, what are we
and it's
doing?
it was something I mentioned. They've also lost a lot of that false third party exclusivity. Like one of the biggest things people kept talking about during the Nintendo Direct was, oh shit, you're showing mainline Kingdom Hearts on the Nintendo stage. Because people were in the back like, that's been historically, same thing with Final Fantasy. Fucking
Yeah.
Sony. Got Persona showing up on Xbox stage. And
Yeah.
people are starting to go, well, if these games are on other systems, then it's
Right.
no longer like I need to buy Sony to play these titles like it used to be.
Exactly. That's the
So
biggest game changer, I
now
think.
the question then becomes, so I don't need you for any of these third-party games. You're not releasing as many first-party games. Your console's expensive as fuck, and I don't get any physical media. What am I
the fuck am
buying
I
you
buying
for?
this for?
Yeah.
Exactly.
I don't know,
Exactly.
man.
You
I
have
don't know.
no selling point because the next fucking Neil Druckmann game comes out in 20 years. So even if I
Yeah.
was excited, even if I was excited, bitch, I got another 2 decades to wait for that. Unless I just want Insomniac to carry another console for me, which shit.
And the console exclusives you should be buying, you ain't buying them bitches. You ain't buying Astrobot. You're not buying Returnal the way you should. You just not even buying these fucking games.
Yeah, but my
Charleston
thing is,
duo.
and then how long can they realistically keep going with their Marvel licenses? Like at some point, that's not going to cut it.
I don't know
They're
how
not
much
gonna be
money
able
they're
to do
really
it.
making off of that because I don't think it's as
They
crazy.
made off
as-
Spider-Man,
about
right?
money.
But
I don't think it's about that. I think it's about brand recognition. I think they like having that Marvel game on their console. They realize they're not gonna make much money. They realize that, but they like, we got the Marvel game, and it looks like Xbox is gonna lose that shit too. I don't think that Blade game is not coming out. So
I know. I was like, what the fuck? Come on.
that dream is dead. We don't talk
Just
about
like
that.
the Blade movie.
Just
Just
like
like
the
the Blade
movie.
movie ain't coming either. That fucking game ain't coming.
You don't need- just watch.
100% gone.
I mean, the original has some corniness and stuff, but I mean,
Yeah, but I
Yeah,
would
but
like to
motherfuckers
see
want new shit. People like
made
new
by
shit.
Arcane, like having an Arcane Blade game would have been dope to see. I would have liked to see
That would have been but
think that
I
dream
didn't
is
like the
dead.
art style. I wasn't a fan of the art style from the begin with, so I wasn't.
I mean, it was
super-
only like I would have liked to see an actual gameplay to see what they'll.
what about
Yeah.
what was that game
What?
called that started with the C? They teased with CGI.
Contraband?
Was it Contraband?
Yeah,
Oh
That-
god.
that's
Contraband.
big cancer. That's big cancer.
Oh yeah.
Robert sounded so disappointed the moment he said that. Yeah, it was contraband.
That was supposed to
Never
that
even
was
said what it was
actually
gonna
always
be.
supposed- I never knew what the genre even was. Like it just
No
was
one
Because
knew.
it was just CGI. It was just a CGI trailer that just wanted to show some shit we didn't care about.
No, but remember it was of a table. It was
It
like
was like in a
showcasing,
trailer,
table.
like a mobile home.
It didn't even feature a character. It was just a table shows the logo Contraband, and we're supposed to go, what? No way,
Whoa.
Contraband?
You can't do
Like,
that with no
come
new
on.
IP.
You can
bro.
only do
That's
that with an
insane.
established IP.
Yeah,
You
like,
can
it's so
only there's
stupid.
only certain you have to be a well-known IP to justify that. You can do that with some Mega Man, you can do that with a Mario, you can't do no fucking new IP.
Exactly. It's
Imagine
just
Splatoon
so much.
came out and just showed you the title. The fuck?
I think people wouldn't mind.
From the
for
team
Splatoon.
that made Mario
Well,
Kart.
well, actually,
Splatoon.
Nintendo probably could have got away with it just off the notoriety,
That'd
but
be
we
right
still
for Splatoon 4. That'd be funny.
that's crazy. I'm actually surprised they could have actually marketed it that way, but there was no real reason to. Let this shit stand on its own 2 feet, in my opinion.
Yeah, well, if you notice, they don't
Yeah.
like to say like who made the game. They just
I
like,
would
it's
prefer.
Nintendo.
I prefer that. I think it works out better for them not to do that.
I like to know
what-
who the hell made. I mean, we find out
I
eventually.
don't need to
when
know.
it
I don't need to
comes out.
know before I play it. After I play it and I enjoy it, then I'm like, oh, I wonder who made this.
Yeah.
When do you think we're getting
But-
information on Ocarina of Time remake?
Probably in the next.
Whenever that Zelda.
I think
I'm gonna say.
September.
Anniversary
I'm gonna,
direct.
damn it, T.
Oh, sorry.
What?
My
That's
bad.
literally what I was gonna say. I was gonna say September.
Yeah.
Fuck. It's all right.
September?
Yeah, I think it's a. Because really, you got
Yeah.
what Splatoon this month. Do we have an August game for Nintendo?
No, from Nintendo, there's actually no August game.
Because I think Fire Emblem is September.
September.
So I think September probably be when we find out about it. Because September will be around the time you would talk about other stuff like in the holidays.
But I don't think we didn't emphasize enough though. That,
would say
that,
August.
Earlier, how has it been again since the Wii generation? All this type of stuff. Why don't Sony and Microsoft look at this and be like, oh, these motherfuckers spent probably like $1 million
Motherfuckers.
max.
Oh, I hate the way you said.
I think they
Motherfucker, man.
He sound like what's his name? The comedian Blackson. Yeah.
Damn you!
Michael Blackson, motherfuckers. Go ahead. Sorry. Go ahead.
They spent this micro amount of budget to make this rhythm game, and they sold
Yeah.
over 400,000 copies in Japan alone. Physical copies. That doesn't even include the digital side.
Physical copies. Physical
And we're-
copies.
at $40, and it's just like, what the fuck? Like, why are they not making these smaller teams?
And the crazy thing is,
That's a question
Sony
I was
has
gonna
an
ask.
IP. Sony has an IP right there you could have used. You have a fucking rapper.
Rapper.
What the fuck are we doing? You have a title, an established IP that can do the exact same thing.
They have a budget that if it makes 500,000 copies, it's already profitable. Like, what are you doing?
So
like,
what-
it's
So
Blows my
stupid.
mind.
How do you turn a studio that's been scaling up and up and up with these games? How do you? I mean,
Tell them to not
do it
spend money.
like they did for Hellblade. Just say, hey,
in quarters and shit.
pick 30 team members, and you guys make a game. Here you get.
Yeah, you tell me.
You get $1
You
million.
tell me that entire team, nobody else has an idea for a game. There's no fucking
think
way.
Because
if
you can't just
you
take
could
the
make
whole
it-
studio and just have them
No,
make
you
a
wouldn't
cheap
take the whole
game.
studio.
No.
I think even with the Mario Kart team, they didn't take the whole studio. It was like a handful of people.
Well, I mean, the dude I was just I recently made a video about Ring Fit. I'm like, I love that damn
Again.
game.
Mhm.
For the culture.
That's a game that sold over 13 million copies or 15 million copies. So crazy shit. And it's like, it's this crazy
$80
exercise game that for sure what happened?
$80 game too.
$80 game too. So it's not even a game. It's a game that literally like was probably way smaller budget, and the profits were probably insane in that game. And it was a physical only game, by the way, not even a digital. You can't even download it digitally, because not that it got delisted or anything. Like literally, there was no digital version.
Mhm.
But it was just like, in my mind, it's like, how are these companies not looking at Nintendo? It's like, they made a workout RPG and sold 15 million copies. Why are we doing something like this? What the fuck are we doing?
Because this.
Instead, they want to
because
wait
they've
for a
created-
7-8 year life cycle. And
I'll
and
say
make-
at least for Sony has created a narrative that they want to stick with.
I don't know
They
if
wanna
they
stick
want to
with
stick
that-
with it. I think that their
Man, no, they definitely
studios.
want to stick with it.
I think their
If they have
studios
the
want
ability
to.
to change it.
They've cultivated a certain type of audience that when gives two shits about that type of game, that is their problem. I don't think
Yeah.
they could sell even Parappa the Rapper, which is a known IP. Do you think these ponies today give two shits about Parappa the Rapper? Hell no, they don't care about
I
that.
feel
game.
like
They don't care
the
about
majority
That's
of
their fault because they desensitize their fan base to care about that shit.
But I also think
This
the
isn't-
majority of the
same thing
PlayStation
Xbox
fan
does
base
with
is just casuals. It's just the console casuals buy.
No, but like even the core base, right? Like
Yeah, the
that
core
is
base.
true.
I never expect the core Sony PlayStation, the core base to like buy Astrobot in droves. I was thinking hopefully the casuals or the Nintendo fans who had a PlayStation are the ones that were gonna buy that.
Well,
Right.
that is essentially what
Like,
happened. I
they
think that
still
is
sold,
what
like
happened.
3 million. Like I still think you could.
Those
you
guys
could
are probably
make
like, this ain't
million hits.
Mario's better.
I mean, they're not wrong though. They're not
But they
wrong
could
to
still
say.
make like.
But still, if
they
you
could
want,
still
if
make multiple things.
They
it's
gave
like
it a chance. Some
closest
of them bought
to
it.
Mario outside of Nintendo, you should buy something like that. I think.
Hey, I mean, it's a
Fine.
great game. I love the game. But my thing is like is my thing is that, and one thing that I thought was funny, and it is fucked up, but I'm bringing up the recipe again. But in his podcast, he brought up Astrobot. He's like, man, it's like you know how
Shout out to the Red Knight. Shout out to the Red Knight.
he said that he's like, this shit pisses me off because it's just a bunch of it's all dead IPs, dead studios, dead things.
That is true. I'm sitting there
celebrating-
smiling from ear to ear playing this fucking game, but it's like they don't even touch. They put this shit in the game because they don't make these fucking games anymore. They don't do this shit anymore.
We're celebrating a corpse of a Sony.
I mean,
he's got a
That's
point.
really good.
He's got a point there. He's got a
That
point.
or like third party IPs, yeah.
I mean, yeah, the
Right.
third party
Or
they got the
third-party
other- like,
IPs.
First party wise, all those games, yeah. I mean, other than
But
Last of Us.
to
God
be
of War
honest,
stuff,
though, a lot of like the games everyone talks about, those were already regressing heavily over with the sequels. They weren't the quality was kind of on the downslope with like Jackson Daxter,
like,
Crash.
Yeah, but
Like who talks about Crash sequels? Like in a high
disagree.
regard?
I don't know about
there's still a fan base for the Jack and Daxter people.
But didn't they take-
I mean, hell, we
Ape
got a
Escape.
Spyro game because people are interested. Shit.
They
So
still keep
made
making
it to-
fucking Ratchet and Clank games, don't they? Fuck.
Yeah.
They keep
Yeah,
making them
but
bitches.
they still make them because they sell good enough.
Well,
but
because Insomniac cares. That's an Insomniac.
I think
push.
Insomniac
Well, yeah,
probably cares about
Insomniac.
that.
I
That's definitely an
personally,
Insomniac
and
push.
They probably push for it. They probably push for it.
unless they
I'm
could
sure.
Yeah,
like
push for that.
reinvent like Nintendo does, like 3D Mario's aren't like other than the Galaxy 1 and 2, they're completely different like from one another.
Yeah.
Unless you can have that magic to do that.
If they could just do what Nintendo does,
games get stale. Like
that's asking for a lot. I think.
I think realistically, all they need to do is they need to invest in the smaller groups within groups. If you have a whole team working on God of War, have a couple people be like, you ain't got nothing else you would want to try, and then give them the opportunity to try.
Yeah, like my thing is like, imagine if you just like said, okay, we're gonna have an office wide thing where it's like just give ideas and we're thinking about maybe staffing a small team of like 20, 30 people that could make a game for like, you know, like $5 million max, like some really small budget. We just want to test this out. If you have an idea, shoot at us. And you see, you don't think that a studio of 200 people, you're gonna have like, yo, we could do this thing that we really wanted to do, you know, even if it's I
was gonna say
a random sports game.
At the end of the day, at the end of the day, if you're making enough money to fund your studio, I don't care if you make $1 over the budget. You've covered yourselves. Yeah. Let those motherfuckers keep making games. Yeah. They're gonna hit eventually.
And my point is this.
That's just
And my point is this. Even if you don't want to do the old IPs, right? You don't want to do a Killzone or a fucking Rapper. If you give them the ability to make anything, just make a new whatever. Just let them go into a genre and fuck around and be like, this is my new IP. I don't want to do that, but I want to do a new IP. And it hits. That's all that fucking matters. That's how you don't gain anything by having them get locked into playing doing God of War games for the next 8 years. You know what?
You go into it saying, hey, it's not going to be a big budget. We're not giving you 100 million. We're giving you 10 million max. Like, we're giving you a smaller budget to do this. We want to see.
But you got old IP or IP that's old enough that if you make a new game, it's gonna feel like a new thing. Like I'm thinking of like Siphon Filter and shit. Like if you come out with a new, like I think that name still has a little weight with a lot of the core fans, and you could make that anything. I mean, you can make that your Splinter Cell or some shit. You know what I'm saying? Like you could.
And there's not even Splinter Cell. So you have a little market. You have a little market
anymore. Right? The market is all yours. So
I mean, in some ways, kind of Microsoft kind of tried, at least with all the different studios. There was variety of games coming out.
They gave them an unlimited budget.
Some of them they just gave them money. Like, I don't know if this was true or not.
I was like, all of them.
Forgive me if this was proven false, but I thought I saw someone was like, yeah, we were just like told, like, just pitch your idea, you know, and just pitch the craziest idea you come up with, and it's like, oh, and they approved it, and they gave us, you know, 50 million, whatever it was, and it's like,
how about a walking lighthouse?
So yeah.
Dude, that's cool, though. That's cool. Dude,
but
that's very Double Fine though. That's like super Double Fine. That's what they do.
That's so Double Fine.
Personally, I don't mind the just letting that, like, I'm not the biggest sequel guy, you know, movies especially, but in gaming too. Like, yeah, I mean sometimes I get excited, even if it's just a studio's next game like Saros. Now, is it as good as Returnal? No. Is the story kind of suck? Yes. The gameplay's still really good. I don't like some of the tweaks, and the last boss is just I can't beat him. I beat him the first time, but then it's like I don't know if it's harder the second time. I cannot get through this mother, and it's like a 50-minute run each time to even have a chance to do any damage to him, because you gotta build up so you get higher level weapons so you can go face the boss, and by the time sometimes by the time I go face him, like, my health's down, but I had to put on a little thing that gives me more health. But anyway, Returnal's one of my favorite games. I would probably, I haven't really thought about it. It's definitely going to be in like my top 20 all-time favorite games, I think. And then, so they come out with their next game, and, they make some changes for the better, and they make some things I didn't like. But overall, it's a really good game. But I sold way less, I guess, 200,000, I think is what they're saying at the first couple weeks.
I think it was 300. I saw 300.
Returnal, I think, was 300 or whatever, and it's like,
oh, maybe I'm mixing them up then.
And I'm worried for them, but at the same time, the controls are great, the shooting mechanics are great. You don't need to do this. I want to say Christopher Nolan, like, let's tell this stuff out of sequence, so you find out stuff like, that you don't have to do that every time. You can tell just a regular story. You can have a more
straight up
game.
Story.
You could have just a really good slightly more linear with some exploration action game. It doesn't have to be a reset. The world's changing, and it's not as prevalent in Returnal. Like Returnal, I was like, oh,
Do you think that's the problem with the game though, as far as its sales go? I just think people don't like the genre. I think
yeah,
it's
I
the
think
genre
I think
issue.
if this, and I think it, even though Returnal sold better, I think it left a sour taste in a lot of people's mind. A lot of people thought it was too hard. So now you can put on. You got to get past the second biome, which that boss was a pain in the ass. Um, you got to get past that. Then you can put on these buffs and nerfs, and then you can go into the accessibility options, and you can make so you can have max buffs on. You got a limit. You're supposed to balance it, but you can. They made it so you can make it really easy. I have the buffs at this point. I have all like the best 3 or 4 buffs on. I disabled the thing so I can have them more than you're supposed to, and I still can't touch the final boss. But I think it's just the structure. I remember, let's give Recipe another shout out. When I was watching him last year or a year and a half ago, it was the Saros announcement during the state of play, and he's like, well, if it's another roguelike, whatever, I'm not interested. Looks cool, but if it's a roguelike, I'm not gonna play it. Like, so just take your amazing gameplay. And I'm sorry, I mean, Returnal story wasn't like, oh my god, memorable. It was cool, it was creepy. I straight up hate the main character in Saros. Like, not because of the thing you said, Robert. He's just unlikable. His reactions to stuff are unbelievable. He's an asshole. He possibly killed somebody. Didn't even feel like supposedly his friend, but he didn't even think of him as a friend. I'm like, this guy's just a fucking piece of shit. Like, I don't even want to play as this guy. Like, he's just, and I like the actor, but so but they're trying, like I said, you stumble on memories and it's a flashback from before. Now where am I at in this timeline? I don't know. Like, it's just trying too much. They're too artsy with it, I think. Just tell a good story in sequential order and just have a good solid action adventure game. And you don't need to try to replicate this formula. Maybe I'd be surprised if they get a third game in that formula. I'd be really surprised.
I think maybe they should go back to the space shooters type of thing.
But like the controls, the aiming. I mean, there's some heavy auto aim in this game too. Like, there's some serious. You can turn it off, and you can get weapons that don't have the auto aiming on, and it does make it harder, probably to the negative. But it still just feels really good to run around, jump around, use a grapple. All that stuff just feels great. But if I was Sony, I'd be like, yeah, you forget that formula. Keep your gameplay, your quality gameplay, and all that. Your visuals are great, and just make a regular game. Yeah. But I do appreciate that it's trying something different. It's not the same thing. Sure. I mean, it's very similar to Returnal, though. It's a very similar.
That's the problem. Yeah, I mean, again, that's the biggest problem, is that it's so similar to Returnal.
But anyway, we probably should get out of here. We got lots of time to keep talking about this and what Sony's gonna do. Man. What is Ubisoft gonna do? What is EA gonna do? At some point, some of these companies.
At least they got a win recently. Ubisoft.
Yeah.
Yeah, with the Black Flag.
But it's like, even Nintendo's, we're gonna get 2 remakes this year. That's crazy.
It's different. That's different.
I don't know. But again, you 2 remakes in the Sea of Steel, Pocopia, Tamagotchi, Speaking Raiders.
Right. Well, we're not saying that's all they're doing. It's still 2 remakes from the greatest console of all time. So. It's 2 of the greatest games ever made. So I can rock with that. And to
be fair, again, those remakes, they put money behind those. Yeah. They really did put stuff behind.
Like almost like the Wii U, the Switch was Wii U ports, and PS5, they brought over even games that got patches for free. They brought over to the PS5. Now, on one hand, some of them were just like, okay, that's just a PS5 version, but then they're like, it just felt weird because that game got a 60 FPS update on the PS4 version. Like, didn't Days Gone didn't get like a remaster?
Yeah, it did.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, it did.
That went nowhere.
Did it? Did Days Gone get a remaster?
Yeah, it was a
because that's when Retro Death when we got him the PS5. I was gonna get him that, and he's like, "Oh, you guys okay if I sell the PS5?" I was gonna totally get him that.
I can't even keep up anymore.
But that was a game. Speaking
it kind of came and went. That's why.
Speaking of Sony, start with a lower budget. That was a game where they kept giving them more and more money as they kept seeing the game like, oh yeah, let's do this, and then they just went back to the drawing board, doubled, tripled their budget, just kept going up and up and up, and the game cost more and more and more when it was supposed to be a smaller scale game originally, and
It didn't hit the way they thought it would.
No, but
It
I
sold
mean,
okay.
again, they just gotta explore more genres that don't have to cost as much money, man.
I mean, look what
Yeah, that's
Capcom's doing. I mean,
true.
remember the Resident Evil games cost them to make.
Yeah, but
Probably
those
not
make
as
money.
much.
Those make
Well, they
money.
also-
Resident
I
Evil-
know, but
I
I'm
think those are
saying,
decent budget games.
They also are using the same engine now, so it's not like
and I mean, they
I'm sure
hire,
cost
they
a
do
lot of money.
full,
I'm
full,
sure they cost a lot of money.
they do
those games,
full
but they
performance
make money.
capture. They
Yeah,
have
they're not
actors.
starting from nothing. They have the
have a
initial
baseline.
game. Yeah, they have the initial game. So a lot of the development that would go into story
shit,
development
Nick.
and all
and
scenarios.
Well,
they're
if
still
you-
willing to
they-
make new IPs. We got fucking Pragmata this year. for
I knew
God's
that
sake.
was a Resident Evil.
Fantastic, out of nowhere, fucking great IP, new IPs.
And during that, I don't know if it's Summer Game Fest or Steam, I knew that was a Resident Evil game because I could tell it's the same damn doors and wall coloration and
Yeah,
textures
so I
from
remember
RE
you were in
Requiem.
my comments when
So
we were
like
watching it.
they did that with
And I was-
RE2 and RE3. It was like the same, obviously the same setting in some situations. Same like 10 zombies from RE2 or in RE3, you know. So they found
They do
ways.
need to be a little bit careful because they're gonna burn Resident Evil fans out if they keep hitting like this. They need to chill out a little. bit.
Yeah.
I mean, you say that, but Requiem.
well,
is,
they're
like, the
gonna-
best,
Well, no, Requiem was a new number title. That's the
Yeah,
difference.
they're gonna
Oh,
run
yeah,
out of
the
remakes to
the
make
remakes.
eventually.
Oh,
But
they
Yeah,
don't.
I mean, look, they're gonna run out of
Do they
remakes.
have anything else? I'm surprised they haven't done the first
Crisis.
Surprised they haven't done the
Dino
first one yet.
Crisis.
They haven't done the first one yet.
well, that's
Resident
currently in the
Evil-
I don't
leak.
think they will. I feel like they won't.
That was in the
I think
leak,
they would have
right?
done that one already.
It's coming, man.
It was in the leak.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
It was in the leaks. It's coming.
Why would you make that one now after all these other ones?
Yeah,
I think.
I
That's
think
why
they're
like,
avoiding
maybe
5
they'll
and
cap it
6.
off with, hey, cap it off with.
I
Hey,
think you could get away with 5, 6. I don't think they're gonna touch.
You
Yeah,
think
they
they'll
ain't gonna
remake
touch this.
7?
They got
you can get
zero-
away with-
You think they do
Boo.
Revelations?
Boo.
You think they would
Boo,
do
man.
Revelations?
No.
Resident Evil-
Yeah, I think they'll do Revelations. I think they'll
I think
do
they're
that.
only doing the main line.
Yeah.
You know, whatever the main line, the number.
My least
and-
favorite
Well, you
thing
said
about
but
that
they're
game
doing,
is the episodic
Veronica.
nature.
Yeah, but Code Veronica's a sentient main line without being a number.
No, we're not gonna do that. That's
Am I
it's not-
wrong? Wasn't it originally going to be Resident Evil?
Originally, yes, yes.
Yeah,
3 or 4.
So was Devil May Cry, man. Like, I don't.
No, but not Revelations. I don't think Revelations is ever.
Yeah,
No, but
he's not wrong.
I don't think,
He's
like,
not
I don't
wrong
think
to say it,
Revelations is ever like, oh, this is a new number
Well,
title.
it's got Claire in it, so
Yeah.
Terrell's gonna definitely play it.
Relax.
You
Don't
got to
do that.
remake Dark
Don't-
Side Chronicles.
It's one of the most popular, well received Resident Evil games. Of course, it's gonna do well
I played
It's
on the
been tracked on
Dreamcast,
shitty
and I have
consoles for
not. I
years.
have not thought.
on a
Like,
console that nobody had. Well, I guess it came out on GameCube.
I
too,
haven't
didn't it?
even
eventually,
like
and
looked at
still
the
nobody
game.
bought it. But
I've barely even looked at that game since I played it on Dreamcast, so it's gonna be like a new game for me.
I've never played
Well,
it, so
I bet that GameCube version is over $200. I guarantee it.
I
For
would
Code
assume
Veronica?
so. Actually, yeah.
They
Code Veronica.
barely- They
Oh,
barely made any copies of that shit.
There was another potential spoiler thing, but it wasn't. It was just a
What?
rating of a game from like a
Oh, you're talking
Brazilian
about that,
retailer.
You talking about the Nintendo one? I know what you're talking
I'm
about.
not gonna
I
say
know
it.
about
I guess it is what it is. I think we all know it. We all know it, but it is. Do we
Try
all know it?
$380. Ooh, ooh.
Jesus.
Damn. Damn.
We're not going to
Really?
talk about it here, T. But did you see the game that got a rating in like Brazil? It's a Nintendo IP for Switch 2 game.
Oh no.
Okay, I won't
haven't
say
been
it
on-
then.
did it?
Oh yeah, we're not
No
gonna talk
way.
about it.
Yeah.
It's an IP you fucking.
And I haven't seen it since that day. I haven't seen anybody post about it, so I think
Really?
Nintendo
I
did
didn't know
get-
you post about it. That's why I was surprised you didn't see it.
But after that day, I haven't seen
I-
anything. So
I
It's a
listen,
Nintendo
I
game?
haven't seen that at all.
yeah, it's potentially a Nintendo game we might get news about in the near future.
Well, I hope you don't get spoiled. That'd be awesome because that'd be.
Yeah, you probably don't need to know because I
Oh,
someone warned me not to get on
Assholes.
Twitter, and then I found it in the YouTube.
I only
comments, so I was
found
like,
it because
fuck.
of freaking what video was I
All right,
watching?
I'm gonna try to avoid it. I don't know. These motherfuckers
Well,
I watch,
Somebody
they put
literally
shit in
brought it up.
thumbnails and all kinds of
On that
bullshit.
game, Good Vibes Gaming made stuff on it. Like I thought everyone knew about it because I just like I've seen like everyone.
No,
Oh,
like, when
Kit
I
and
was
Krista. Kit and Krista's how I
Hey,
found
Krista
out.
had it. Yeah,
I was like,
Kit
damn it,
and
I
That's
avoided
right.
it.
I avoid everybody I watch. God damn.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, pretty much.
They're not going to
Yeah,
talk about it.
If you
Well,
didn't
they,
know about it by now, bro, like that shit was like already a week ago, or a week and
and
a
it
half.
already passed the
week.
news cycle, so unless they just randomly
I
bring it up.
completely missed it.
You should be fine, but
impressive.
you will be excited when if it comes
Yeah,
up
well,
in
it's
like
definitely a game we'll all be excited about. Like that's like no doubt about it. That's a game that I would pick up day one. I think that'd be awesome.
There's,
Oh, really? And then
Yeah.
played in 6 years. Yeah.
No, I mean as a for the year, but it did.
I feel like I want to ask a hint, but I don't even want to do that. I don't even want to do that.
It's not a.
I
It's
did
not
pick
a-
up my second game, by the way, for this year.
What was it?
What do you think?
Rhythm Heaven.
Yeah, it's really
Yeah,
good.
you're right there.
It's
Of
really
course, it's
good.
Rhythm Heaven. What the fuck?
Fucking yeah, I was like, if there's nothing else that's coming out.
It's funny
although
because the two games I bought are Switch 1 games.
that's right, because Rhythm Heaven isn't a Switch 2 game. I forgot about that.
Yeah, it's a Switch 1.
Aren't you getting Switch Sports 2 or Resort?
I
or
probably
whatever?
will.
I forgot
don't
about
count
that one.
Towards my 5 because that's like
When does that come out?
Game. Because October,
That's an October
Jesus.
Yeah.
release? Shit.
isn't it? I thought it was.
Yeah, I think it's
that's
October. Yeah,
I'm surprised it's that late.
I'm
I don't know
surprised
why
that's
my
not
brain.
August. You know,
that should
Yeah,
be a
that's what I was
summer
gonna
game.
say. That's what I was about to say. I was like, that seems kind of late for that.
that's definitely a game that I would pick up just in general. Like I wouldn't count that as like one of my 5 personally because I mean 5 games I'm going to finish that is a.
You know what? We should play some Star Fox Online after we end the podcast. Just play like one quick match.
Ooh. I would love to, but I can't do
You
it
did it
today.
No, no,
It's
Monday.
already almost 9. It's already 9:33.
All right,
we're
well,
already,
we
like,
had to make it
over.
extra long because we missed last week because of me. So
Yeah.
got to give the people what they want. So
If we schedule it out, then yeah. But like,
Unlike Sony,
we got to schedule it
Damn.
out. We can't just play a 5-minute match right now.
we both know it's not gonna be a 5-minute match. That's the problem. He ain't
Yep,
slick.
yeah.
If you playing a game with your boys, no, there is no such thing as a 5-minute match.
All I hear
It
is there's
starts
only
off like
3
that.
different like stages or modes.
That
Stages
means nothing. Because
I was
someone's gonna
thinking
want to
at
run
least
it back.
15 to 20.
So I'm gonna have 4
4
Switch 2 physical games in like a week and a half
Oh, in total?
or 2 weeks.
I think you have more than me now. 'Cause I have 4 Switch 2 physical games.
1,
I'll have
2,
4.
3, 4, 5,
Oh, you'll have
6,
4.
7, 8, 9.
We're not counting Switch 2
10.
editions, right?
Why
I'm
not?
just
It's a
counting
Switch
Switch
box.
2.
Switch
I'm
box.
counting Metroid
Is that
Prime.
10 or is that 9?
Oh, okay,
yeah,
okay.
yeah.
Then 1, 2.
It's not really a Switch 2 game.
That's why I asked.
No, but I mean, it's the
Five?
box.
Yeah, but I think that
box.
counts. It's
literally
you
the
bought it
box.
for Switch.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a box.
You gotta
I
count.
I count my PS5 games even if it's also on PS4.
Yeah, like you
Yeah,
got at that
fine.
point you gotta count it.
How many you got, Robert?
4. It's these
Huh?
4.
You got
But here,
you got
I'm put-
2 games?
I have
Yeah.
Mario Kart, Donkey Kong, Kirby in the Forgotten Land from Japan, and
Oh, that's
Oh,
right.
shit, I
you
didn't
do
even
have
count-
that.
I didn't even count Mario Kart. I got that bitch digitally, so
have
no,
it
I
too,
mean, no, I
digitally.
mean physical only, but digital.
Yeah.
Digital. How do you even count that? Because the eShop has also Switch 1 games. I don't know.
yeah,
I'm
I
just
mean
counting.
specifically for Switch 2, like
I guess if you're only
Fast
calling Switch
Fusion.
2 I will say
Fast Fusion.
I'm gonna pick up Orbitals day 1 to play with my stepdad, and I'm also
Orbitals is
not
day
counting
1.
that- I'm not counting that as one of my 5 games for this year.
Why not?
How? Why?
What?
He's
See, he
cheating
bullshitting.
and shit.
He's just
No,
making
motherfucker,
he's
goalpost.
making up
Don't
rules.
move the goalpost.
Of course,
Hey,
I'm gonna make
man.
it's my own rules, but the reason is because I'm
No,
playing my
no.
stepdad.
See,
That don't
he
count.
playing. He trying to play in my face. He ain't slick. I know how
I'm
this
playing
go.
with my stepdad. That don't count. It's not a solo.
Oh,
playing.
You know, because you play with your stepdad, it don't count. That's crazy.
You know, yeah.
It's a family affair.
What about
What are you talking
what is your
I
guys'
can only play that
next?
during certain times during the week because of that.
Splatoon's my next game.
That's your next one. To you got a next. What's your next purchase for sure?
Splatoon.
Yeah.
Debating,
Come on,
man. Splatoon.
Which is
I'm
also
debating
single
it.
player and multiplayer.
What about in the chat? If
That's-
anybody,
That's right.
what's your next
After-
game purchase of
After
new
that,
game?
it'll probably be shit. It'll probably be Fire Emblem. After that, off the top of my head.
I don't know. We'll see what
Mm.
they announce. Anything
I
else?
think
they
I'm gonna have to
might-
wait
I
till
to
next
see
year
what
for Fire
Offline
Emblem.
looks like. I don't really want to.
I'm still tempted if I want to get that collector's edition that I don't need.
I know.
They keep
And
playing
that
with
been
me,
calling
bro.
me too.
I already got
That been calling me.
got 2 of them bitches up here, And I'm just like, you keep playing with me in these collector's editions that I don't need. It's gonna piss me off. So I'm gonna leave it alone right now. But I'm tempted.
I gotta see if this potential
And
game is
Amazon
this
selling
year.
it for 70 instead of 80. So that's the other reason.
Right.
I gotta see also if this potential game is this year. So if that happens,
If that potential game is this year, shit.
I don't
I would
see that.
expect it to not be. I would think it'd be 2026.
Why would it have a rating already though? If that's real.
Yeah, the fact that it has a rating makes me think it's like this year.
Oh fuck! God damn you guys!
Or
you're driving me crazy here.
Stop.
Didn't it have something for sexual
I will not look.
content
I
or
will
something?
not look.
Didn't it have
Yeah,
something related to
what?
like sexual content? The rating?
I didn't see
I thought
that.
somebody said that.
That's a
Yeah,
hint.
sexual content. T.
That's a hint.
Why you look at T when you say sexual content, T?
Sexual
Mm.
content.
What the fuck? Who the fuck you talking to? Why
that
are we
crosses
talking
out.
like this?
That crosses out
You know,
like
like
Mario.
sexual content. T.
That crosses out.
It could be
Mario,
a Paper Mario. Could have been.
I could give. I mean, I have one
I
thing
mean,
I
look,
could
if
give.
Paper Mario got sexual content.
God damn it! See now, that's gonna
Oh, by the
narrow.
way-
That's gonna narrow
Oh,
it down.
I do want to
quite a
talk
bit.
about something real quick because I see
No,
behind
we
T.
need real
Ice Cube?
quick.
Guys too.
I went to Best Buy to pick up my Portal, and I saw some of the new amiibo. Like, there's some freaking for the Mario movie, I think it was. Like, there's some
you talking
giant
about
ass
the
amiibo
Galaxy
now.
one. You talking about the Galaxy
Galaxy
one?
Amiibo.
That was the one
insane.
me and Robert in Retro saw at fucking
Oh yeah, you talking about the mute.
Newton, New York.
They're
We
like
were
$40-$50 was like the
they are.
price for
They're
these.
nice
It
as
does
fuck
look
though.
cool though. It does.
They're
look
nice
really
as
cool.
hell. They're nice
does
as
look
hell,
really
bro.
At this point, just why even have it
I'm-
be an amiibo? Just make a
I'm gonna
figurine.
pull the trigger.
It's barely an amiibo at this point.
Yeah.
Now it's just a.
'Cause they're just
This is
big
a
ass,
toy.
cool looking
They're
statues.
just figures. They're figures.
Oh, I bought a Lego. Well, I shared you. I bought a Lego set, or I posted in
Yeah.
the group chat, and that was originally 75. And it was marked down, permanent markdown of 55 until they're gone. So $20 off. It's like I could justify that. It's gonna go part of my movie memorabilia. It's Harry Potter, the flying car from the second movie.
That's just
And
gonna be worth 5 times than what it is right
if
now.
I could, if I could not open
wait a
it.
minute. Visor Grunt reminded me. That's right. I'm getting Xenoblade 2 definitive upgrade.
Of
Oh,
course.
yeah.
At the end of this month.
Why?
At the end of this month. I'm a
Yeah.
hey. I need it.
What if
I
it
need
looks
No, you
better?
don't. No, you don't.
What
You
if
don't
the
need that
Switch
shit.
1 version in boost mode looks better in portable
Shut
than
the fuck up.
than the-
Just don't bring that up. Don't, because there's a possibility of that happening.
We know-
I'm
no, that's
gonna be mad as fuck if it happens.
Well, wait. Do you want to get the whole physical?
No, I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna do that.
No.
I'm just getting the $10 upgrade. We're not going.
Because you want to play. Because at least for you, I mean, you love that game.
I will
There's-
replay
there
that
is new
story.
content technically in that. There is new content.
Yeah, new
I don't know
blade. The new Blade Quest alone had me excited. I was like, oh, okay, you got new blades and new Blade Quests. I might get to hear the cast come back and reprise the roles for some of them cutscenes. Plus,
For a
they
$10
changed-
upgrade.
It's just a $10 upgrade. I'm not mad about it.
It's only
That's-
5
that's
for
not
X, wasn't it?
It's 5 for X.
Maybe it's a
but see,
better.
X-
Maybe it's a better quality.
What's up with these
Well,
weird ass
people said
whack ass
Xenoblade
prices?
Ones was Xenoblade Ones was okay. When
Well,
it came
because
out.
5 for X didn't. It was just frame rate and resolution, wasn't it?
Yeah, that was it. It didn't add no new content.
It didn't
at
add
all.
any content.
Which is what your console should already
That should have
do, by
been
the way.
free.
On
That one
Yeah,
for
for
sure.
sure. For sure.
Especially with the
absolutely.
quality of the upscaling, the lack
Yeah.
thereof.
The quality.
The quality.
I mean-
I see juice in the corner. Oh,
The
yeah.
60 FPS looked pretty good, and if you don't when they
Yeah,
don't
for that
zoom in, you can't see the blurry, muddy, moving textures in the background as much. But
Oh, that's right. Onimusha's this year too. Fuck me.
God,
Sorry.
I was gonna.
So I'm
I
looking
got
at the
one
chat. I'm
more
looking at
thing
the
I wanted
chat.
to bring up before we left.
Musha, God damn, it's too much, man.
Yeah, September's
September
gonna
is
be-
ridiculous.
September's gonna be
big.
disrespectful.
I've already seen games moving out of September because there's too much shit in there.
It has to, because they're not gonna make
Yeah.
any fucking money.
I forgot what it was. It moved to October. I can't remember what game it was.
They better be careful.
Right, that's where everybody's trying to move.
You better move to
I don't know, man.
August.
There's
Get
a
your
lot.
shit
There's
together.
a lot of. I still might go and get Resident Evil, maybe Procopia. I don't know. It's tough, man. We'll see. I don't know.
I keep hearing so much about Procopia, man. People like, even if it's not your kind of game, I think you'll like it. Blah blah blah. I'm
A
like,
lot of
God
people have
damn
said
you.
it. I'm not going. I can't.
I know for
Terrell,
sure.
just
Like,
do
Well,
it.
it's-
You know
it's
you'll
easy
love it.
for me to buy it because it's digital
Listen,
only.
I
Fuck that
have
over.
other. Listen,
Just
I have
play it
Resident Evil to
and
play.
enjoy it.
I have Resident Evil to play. Okay. I have Resident
played
Evil to
it.
go through.
Played it, didn't enjoy
I
it.
I sent you
Right.
that clip of that Grace
Yeah.
DLC, right?
I saw it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw it. I didn't know what there is no proper response to that, so I'll just thumbs it up and just move on. I'll just thumbs the post up and just move on. Just so you know that I saw it. Like I see you, bro. I see you. Stop, cut it off, Juice. We're done.
All right.
All
All right, guys. It's been
Daxter,
fun.
man.
Been
Daxter,
fun.
good
I
game. That's a
forgot
good
that
game
was
right
a
Look at
there.
that
game, by the
UMD,
way.
man.
Who needs Dax? Who Dax? Who needs Jack? We just need Daxter.
We don't need Dax either. He's my
All right.
favorite
There's no
rapper.
Dax.
We'll see
He's
you
my favorite
guys.
rapper, bro.
We'll see you guys
Yeah.
next week, probably. Peace.
Yeah. Oh, Jesus Christ.
Daxter got his own game on PSP.